Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Playbook. Everyone's in the wrong spot because we got a new person missing today, so the layout's not set for him. So right now, we have Renora leading the session.
Renora wins the D&D. Good job, everybody. What a great campaign.
Wins the D&D.
This is secretly session 0.
Way to go, D&D.
Wins the D&D.
So
It's not about winning, it's the journey.
That's right.
The real D&D was the friends we made along the way.
Do not forget, we're still running our charity for the Cure Alzheimer's Fund. We're going to the end of the month, and then we will switch to a new charity, assumingly that we don't have problems with the charity system again. Goal is getting $1,000. There are rewards in there, as far as helping out your favorite player or learn some secrets about your favorite NPC. The everything for Cure Alzheimer's is to help do research and help get medication for dementia, Alzheimer's, any kind of disease that affects memory. Every little bit helps. This is a big deal. All of us have had someone in our loved life that has actually been afflicted by some kind of memory failure. So it's a terrible disease, and every little bit will help, hopefully, prevent it. We had 2 other campaigns this week, so don't forget about Blades Bahamut. That was on Tuesday. A lot's going on with that. And we had our latest Star Wars episode that had a lot of good stuff going on with that. So that was on yesterday. Other than that, we're going to switch into the intro, and then I'll fix the layout, and we'll go into the campaign. I was reminded that we have our Halloween in-person one-shot next weekend, not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after, on that Saturday. Time will still come up, most likely always be at 6:30 p.m., where a lot of us are taking. If you have not seen our Call of Cthulhu one-shots, they're always a lot of fun. We get everybody in person down here, and if we're trying something new with this one, I'm going to have kind of a more modern timeline, teen horror. Each person plays like that kind of trope kind of character. We'll see how it goes. I'm not going to really reveal the theme or the villain yet, because I might give it away, so I want to kind of leave it a little bit in the background. Before we begin, I'm just going to quick kind of fix everybody's spots on the screen, because I don't think anybody's in their actual spot.
I'm Olga. Xander's in the right spot.
Yeah, of course I am.
Xander's the only one in the right spot.
Always. Yay, we're fixed. We're in.
No, we're not fixed yet.
Oh.
Almost.
Oh no!
I'm still Renora.
And I'm still playing Murph.
Literally everybody but Xander makes
I am Fierna, and I still have a great axe.
True.
You butt.
an axe that won't quit.
You know
Axe buddies. Axe buddies.
All right.
Axe buddies.
I love how I can see like Luna like off screen, just the ears.
So
Just-
we don't have Murph tonight, but I was given some recommendations of what to do with him, and I think I got an idea. So, last we left off, the team themselves were put in jail temporarily by the Aberrus Kingdom due to a possible threat that they were invading. Immediately noticing his granddaughter part of the group, one of the retired knights, Talmond, decided to put you under his custody, take you back to his home, and allow you fresh clothing and food and room and board until the situation is taken care of. Basically relying on the fact that whatever they're accusing of, most likely you did not do it, and he's taking care of his family. With a lot of discussion, it was become prudent that your team is useful and that he believes for you to be able to do what you need to do that kind of falls down a path that he's been kind of seeing before and finding out that you all have a part to play in his son's fate that has passed. He suggests that you must retrieve the Bahamut blade that has been forever lost within the caverns of Aberrus. Unfortunately, the blade itself is long under superstition and lore, and therefore, even though it has not been obtained in about 500 years, many have failed to gain it. It has been mostly put down to only true Aberrus people that have passed like a certain samurai test to be able to go through there and try to achieve it, and many have failed. He has recruited his ex-wife, who is now a sort of ambassador for the different kingdoms, to use the pull she has to convince the council and the acting king to allow you to do this. Not only give you pardon, but allow you access into a certain trial that is exclusively not for you. You're given pretty much a day. You all took rest, and a few of you were pulled into a dreamscape that you knew you were in. This wasn't an illusion, but you were pulled into some kind of spell that you had full control in, but the environment was not yours to manipulate. Between Murph, Fierna, and Xander, you were pulled into this shadowscape that would only show things to you whenever it found itself prevalent. Different locations of the north, south, east, and west compared to you. And as things started to come in, you were able to figure out that at least for Xander and Murph, some of these are things that affected you in depthly. Maybe a possible future, maybe fate, maybe something that you must avoid if you don't follow a certain path. You don't know. And individually, some of you just got pulled out of the dream. Murph eventually encountered...
Because they were punched out.
Out of it.
Yeah.
Pulled, punched.
Pretty much.
Pulled, pushed, whatever.
As Fierna sees Murph interacting with a male half-elf wizard, then Murph gets pulled out. And as you try to attack this man, he recoils back and heals himself as you merely stab yourself to wake up. The wound is superficial, you still feel the pain there, but you wake up in your dream. As all three of you do. Murph specifically waking up because Meeksis is staring right down at him and he immediately freaks out during this process. All intents and purposes, you all can click your long rest button if you didn't do it already. By all intents and purposes, you still did get one. With the new day now approached, the sun barely peeks itself out. It is not a monsoon out, but it is raining. It is not uncommon for the Aberrus Isles to have a heavy rain. It is an island after all. And it does encumber the northwest, which can sometimes make it quite cold. And to many of the main focal point races of this. This is not a oddity, but to most of you, this is quite cold. Putting on maybe extra furs or an outer layer of clothing, maybe some extra padding underneath your armor to give yourself some added comfort. The water is a little bit colder than what you're used to when rain does drop. It is not freezing, but heat rarely moves to these isles. So you went from 50-degree weather to now 20 degrees and damp.
Sounds like Illinois.
Temperature saw a state trooper and
Yeah.
Oh man.
Does Xander have a black eye?
No.
Okay.
When you wake up,
That
you
eye.
do feel a bit of pain, but if you look at your reflection, you don't see any wounds. Same thing as you, Fear Not. Like, you
Okay.
stabbed yourself in your dream, and as you wake up, you're not holding a blade, but you do feel a phantom pain of, like, as if you were actually stabbed, but after you kind of, like, jog yourself awake and you, like, focus, it's like, was it real? It wasn't real. You, like, breathe in, and the pain goes away.
Okay.
Question. I have a
Mhm.
question.
Yeah.
If Murph like shockingly woke up, if I was standing close enough, I would have hit him because it would have been just a reaction.
Shit!
It would have just been a reaction, like like kind of thing.
He would have freaked out if you, like, smacked him right in the face. He would have, lifted himself right up to that. But it is about.
I mean, it's a tiny little punch, like
Yeah.
to
She's got a-
his
she's got a
face.
frying
It's like
pan.
probably goes tickle because I'm so
Right.
tiny.
It is about early day. Based off the amount of time you all slept, it's roughly about 10 in the morning.
Mhm.
The sun has a little bit of peek through it, as you can see some of the actual streaks that come through, breaks of the cloud come through, but not enough to really brighten up the aisles. The town itself has to resort to candlelight and some magical wisps to go on to at least keep people safe walking around and allowing business to operate. As you
Where's-
see,
where are they?
they're moving through the streets. The streets themselves are being operated by true candlelight, and you're seeing wisps and energy flowing through that essentially moves kind of like a ambient light that kind of bounces back and forth 30 feet above the roads, kind of doing like a random figure eight course around the streets. And some of them specifically go through the residential district, some of them go to the business district, and some of them surround the mountain themselves. And they are just working as an autonomous force that just allows the street to have an illumination, kind of like the lit up middle line of the road. Not
Mixes
enough to make
with
the whole street light, but enough to see where it goes.
Mixes would totally be skipping around, and when they would come closer to the ground, she would be like, and try to like touch them, and be
They
like, ah.
instinctively react and kind of like wrap around your finger and then just keep moving their own way.
And so I'm gonna be very amused with that for a while.
If you do eventually like touch one of them, they kind of like glow like a
Firefly.
firebug, yeah. And then they will like change colors. Some of them glow with a green luminescence, some of them glow with a orangish luminescence, and they kind of like switch colors as you touch them. And then, but it's really hard to eventually get them. Like you would need like a natural 20 to be able to get them. But as you do, they immediately like pull away, and then they kind of keep going. Like almost like they don't have like a true mindset. They're just kind of set on an actual predestined.
They're still gonna be entertaining to me, so
Fair
I'm
enough.
gonna be like,
You
I'm gonna
were told that you don't want to leave too far outside of the residential area.
I wouldn't go too far.
Okay. But the day is yours until Tommen and Daphne returns. What am I thinking of? I am just blanking.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah.
Dial up.
It's been a long week.
Yeah.
And you got 3-4 campaigns going on.
Right? This week you have so much going on.
Either way, Serena's still there with you after her rest she is back to kind of centering herself, seeing her grandparents has allowed her to at least get a sense of family that she thought she lost. And it's kind of putting her in a state you haven't seen her before. You assume that based off of what you have discerned so far, based off of every person in her family, from her father to her grandfather to her grandmother, and what you could assume from Lily you know of her aunt, each one of them has a different form of training. And she's trying to find the one that allows her to center herself. And with the area that she's in, she's trying to adopt what little of the honorable samurai training that she was taught, and is trying to meditate and trying to calm herself down and trying to center herself and trying to best deal with the situation at this moment.
I'm gonna try and find Xander as soon as I wake up.
Okay.
Like, knock on your little door.
I feel like after you punched me, like I would have like a headache or something. Like, oh god, I didn't drink that much last night. Oh man, should have drank more. And I hear you knocking and go, oh, okay, come. I get up and I open the door. Oh, Virna!
Like holding my shoulder.
Surprise! What a surprise! To see you.
Yeah, I had a really strange dream, and
I did too.
is your head feeling okay?
Let's not talk about my head. It's just,
Oh gosh, it wasn't a dream,
fine.
was it?
I think it was a very, very vivid dream.
I'm sorry I punched you, but I don't think you should have gone.
Yeah? Are you
There, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
There was someone talking to Murph, and
Oh.
he tried to talk to me after, and
Yeah?
said if I wasn't supposed to be there, and that he could make me stay there if he wanted to.
Oh,
I
he
tried
doesn't sound like a
attacking him.
friend.
It didn't
Yeah.
go very well.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know what they talked about, but it didn't seem good.
Oh. Did you? Is this the first time you saw them before, or heard their voice?
Yeah, I haven't seen him before, but that feeling that I got as soon as I saw him, it was just tenfold.
Oh.
If you ever go back in that dream state, just if you stab yourself, it'll hurt, but it won't hurt you in real life, but it'll get you out of there.
Okay. I mean, I've never had that problem when I've contacted Zula, my god, but I've never had any issues with her, but that I've ever had to like escape or run away from her or anything like that. But
I don't think that was her.
okay, well that's good. That's good. I thought I heard her call to me when I was in that dream, but that's when you punched me. So I don't know if that was really her or somebody pretending to be her. I don't know.
I really don't think that was her, and I don't know who this person is, and I'd like to talk
Right.
to Murph about it later, but
Right.
for now, just be wary.
Okay.
Be cautious.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, did it seem out of the norm of what she usually calls you for?
You know, I usually call her. She doesn't. It's very seldom she calls me, unless it's something very urgent, life-threatening, and end of the world. But that could be. That
Let's
could be
hope this isn't
tomorrow.
the end of the world. we've had
This
enough
could
of
be
those.
tomorrow. I don't know, but it did seem very unusual, and I was probably about to go head deep into that. Just face the storm, embrace the storm. But that's just me, and I'm glad that you probably saved me from looking like a fool and doing something I probably would have got myself killed. So you saved me.
Do you think you should talk to her and see if that was her?
Yeah, I kind of had that feeling I at least should talk to her, or maybe she could help us with some of her wisdom. She is the god of the storms, but she also knows gods of other realms and things like that. She's pretty smart for her guys.
Just to make sure. I mean, if
Yeah.
it was her, I'll apologize, but it just
Of course, yeah.
it didn't seem that way.
Yeah, and I mean, I haven't talked to Zula since before the boat. Sometime before that, so it's been a while. I feel like I should, since we have some downtime, I should get in touch with her. So.
Well, I
Yeah.
wanted to make sure you're okay. Again, I'm sorry for punching you.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes you have to punch your friends to get them out of crazy dreams.
Sure.
It was very
let's go with
magnificent. Yeah, it was very magnificent. And
I guess you have a new story to tell in your songs.
Absolutely. Look out, it's fear now with punch. Boop.
Just
Look
like
out
that.
behind you.
Trina's just gonna shake her head and just be like, "Well, I'm glad you're okay," and go find
Oh.
breakfast.
Yes. Breakfast sounds amazing. Maybe they have some sake to counteract this headache.
She's like,
Oh,
"Oh,
let's do
the
that.
singing
They don't
has
have any
started."
alcohol, remember?
Yeah, they have no alcohol.
Oh, they have no alcohol. Reminded.
You can see that there was some food left for everyone for when they woke up, since Tolman is not there, and some of it's already been picked over by Serene. But the
I would have gotten some before I left. Too.
it's
Yeah.
Did you leave any for us?
Well, I just took some and put it in my mouth and didn't weigh it out.
So no.
Yeah, so no. Fighting for crumbs. I love it.
Mhm.
Well, this is what happens if you sleep 8 hours.
Oh, a Stormies.
Yeah, that's what we get.
Yep. Tables cat.
Renara would have went straight to breakfast after waking up, so I'm assuming that you guys walk in on her eating.
Renara.
It's mostly what you have there is very similar to what you had the previous night. You got some steamed rice with a little bit of eggs cut up over it, some leeks, and it looks like there's some fresh boiled, what looks like fish on the side, but they're really, really small. Maybe like anchovy size, as like these small amounts. And it's kind of like build your own, but it's all cold. It's already cooked, but it's like a cold style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Helga's eating too. And then when Fierna walks in, hey, you think you can help me with something before we leave? Trust me, it's not more Elvis lessons, I promise.
Oh, we need more Elvish lessons.
We do need those. Maybe
What
you
did
can
you
learn
learn how to say again?
Where's the toilet?
But remember, she didn't learn that phrase, she learned those words.
I learned those
separately?
words. Yeah.
Toilet is where toilet is.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
Where is
It gets
Toilet,
the
where
point.
is?
Maybe Fierna
Where
can make like
the
a
is-
workbook. Like,
Where-
I'll like carve some things into like a little piece of wood. Have you carry it around?
there you go.
I mean, that way, in case you're indisposed, I can at least still be learning. But Helga actually
Thanks
takes
for the
out.
note of confidence.
Well, hey, I was gonna ask you for more lessons on the boat, but you were kind of like, your insides were
You're
becoming your
Oh, it all
outsides.
reminds me of the boat.
Yeah, so
I set
All
my
of a
food
sudden she
down,
goes,
pushed it away.
Helga actually pulls out the rifle that she has, which has since been waterlogged since boat adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Can you help me fix this? Because I promise you, at least from what I'm assuming, I don't think it works anymore because the stuff that makes it go boom got wet. And I don't think it's supposed to stay in there. I don't think we have any more, but like, we at least get it to a state where should I need to use it and we find more of the stuff that makes it go boom, that I could,
That makes it go boom.
The boom
you know,
stuff?
the magic that makes it go boom. You know, that's
know,
how
the
it
boom.
works.
The boom.
The boom.
Oh, hey, that's a good idea. And then Renora's gonna slap hers down too.
I thought you threw
Trina
yours
looks
away.
at Renora like, oh
Did I
gosh.
throw mine away?
Oh yeah, I had
The rifle I thought I had.
Oh, I forgot you had a rifle. I thought you just had the pistol.
Pistol. Yeah.
No, I have a rifle.
Fiona's just gonna kind of give him a look and say, well, we'll take it outside. It's been a while since I've used it, but I did have training.
I figured.
Helga,
I just
take him
figured,
outside.
I'm cleaning mine. You're on your own.
I'm just gonna push it off to you and keep eating.
I'm just gonna leave hers on the table.
Fiona pushes it back
wow.
towards Renora.
Service
you wanna
these
use
days.
it, you learn it. and
Telling you,
walks
people just,
out
you
the
know,
door.
I tell ya.
How dare?
like
yeah,
ball
no,
on
we
some of
can
these
wait
people.
till-
Do they not even know?
Do
We
you know
can't even
who
get
you're
good
talking
service
to?
these days.
But yeah, no, we can wait till we're done eating. I just figured, I don't intend on using it, but it can't hurt to have. So, but like I said, I'm pretty sure the magic powder that makes it go boom, got wet, and I don't think it's supposed to be like that. And I don't know if it's okay that it stayed in there for that long. So I figured,
We'll clean it out. It's
Okay.
okay.
But it's bad.
So after we eat, I'll take him outside and I'll give him a rundown. I'll make him take it apart, clean it, put it back together.
Oh man, this is a lot of steps. This is Renard complaining during you
Yeah.
teaching. Sorry.
I know you're
think I would have
freshly loaded.
I don't know if I want
your
to deal with
smooth
all this.
hand-
I,
yeah, I was gonna say,
think I
your
prefer
smooth
my sword go
hands.
swish, and it's like
Swish, swish, stab. Stab, stab,
yeah,
swish.
Stab,
exactly.
stab,
I don't have to go through all this
You
like
just have to sharpen it.
maintenance.
What is this bullshit?
Fiona
I've never needed to do this
grabs it.
before.
Puts it in front of Helga. Well, then it goes to the one that's not complaining.
All right, bye.
I was gonna say,
Renard's
Deuces,
gonna go off and
motherfucker.
drink. I'm over it.
Yeah, I was gonna
You
say
have another.
wow,
You have another rifle now, Helga.
you're two
Double
X's
barrel.
and two rifles. Now I just need 2 extra hands. Let's go.
Exactly. Just- I love it.
But yeah, no, I just imagine that Renora's hands are so smooth from never having worked a day in her life. So she's like,
That's
"Ew,
not
I'm getting."
true.
She's like, "I'm getting these dirt. I'm putting effort into
Renora just doesn't
fixing
put in
something."
effort where she doesn't see an immediate reward, and she has other so many other weapons that she's like, I don't need this rifle.
While they're
Helga's
all doing that, can I go frog hunting?
Sure, sure.
Okay.
What did my players do? Clean guns and go frog hunting. And not
being
both at the
Don't
same
judge
time.
me.
Do I find any?
Give me a give me a nature check.
Nature check. Okay. First roll of the night is for nature.
For frog hunting.
And it's a 7. Oh,
7?
only a 7.
In the area you are looking for, you do not necessarily find frogs. You could probably assume that if you left the recommended area and move more to shore, you can. But where you are right now, it's not necessarily on the shoreline. It's kind of like against a wall of an actual ocean bend, and therefore there's no spot where the frogs would actually be.
Well, what if I come back to the house where there's all this pond stuff and look for frogs?
If you want to go over there, you can try.
Okay, I'll go look for frogs.
Koi fish or
Find the
something.
frogs.
Okay, give me none on the nature check.
I must find the frogs! No! That's only an 8. I'm gonna do this!
You don't necessarily find frogs. You find most of the ponds. You actually do find some koi, and you don't find any other fish in there, but the occasional snake. But you don't find any frogs.
I'm a snake.
What about lizards? Hey, lizards.
No.
Can I
Sorry.
catch a snake?
Sure, you can try to catch a snake. Go ahead and give me give me a dexterity check.
Would there be a dex?
Mm-hmm.
Just a regular dex?
Yeah, just regular dex.
An 18.
A what?
An 18.
An 18. You're able to catch a snake. You're able to grab a snake. The snakes around here definitely have the look of poisonous, but they're quite small, and you're able to grab one without actually inflicting any poison damage to yourself.
Hello, little snake. Hi. Hi.
Oh.
I'm gonna put you away. And I put you in a little bag. in my little pouch.
That's what she's gonna use for the enemy. Snake.
You've heard of pocket sand?
Be like,
Pocket snake.
I threw away all my. Oh god, I missed all the daggers.
Frog.
Snake! What's
Power
up?
frog.
Be free,
She's
my
gonna
friend.
put it.
Right.
She's gonna put it in one of those like Pop Goes the Weasel things.
Say hello to my little friend. Wah!
One of those dart guns. She just.
Don't make me laugh so hard. So and then I'm gonna look for more little critters and outside.
Okay. All right. Give me another nature check.
You get
Nature
all the slime,
check
right? All the,
for all
the
these little
creatures.
critters. I have. Ooh, that's a 24.
Okay. As you're going through, and maybe you go into like a little bit of what is a little bit of woods there, you do occasionally find like the random like poisonous frog that's moving around, and they're actually quite
Frog?
large.
Hi, frog. I catch it. I want to catch it.
Okay, dexterity check, please.
This is how she dies. Catching frogs.
19 for 22.
All right. As soon as the frog decides to leave from you, you're able to quick like pounce out of somewhere, just like the way it pounces, and you're able to grab it.
Hello. Hello, frog.
Tries to
Can I
struggle its
speak
way
with
out, but
it?
you're able to. Can you what?
Can I speak with it?
I mean, you can certainly try.
I'm gonna speak with it.
Okay.
Because I have speak with animals. I'm
Okay, so-
speaking with it.
Okay. It doesn't know that you're speaking with it quite yet. So what do you want to say?
Oh, little frog, do you want to be my friend?
The hell? You can speak my language? The hell kind of
Yeah.
creature are you?
I'm Mixus. That's what my name is.
You're a
What's your
Mixus?
name?
What the hell's a Mixus?
It's a kind of little elf.
What's an elf?
Creatures with pointy ears that walk on 2 feet.
Sounds freaking weird. Okay.
I know it is weird.
Hi, I'm Frog.
You're Frog? That's your name? Can I name
Frog.
you something else?
Oh no.
I guess. You kind of have me in your grasp. I can't really do anything. So yeah, name me whatever you want.
Sorry. And I put him on just my palm.
All right, give me a persuasion check to see if he like runs away from you.
Oh no, don't run away. Please don't run away. A 12.
12.
Don't run away.
He just like looks at you and he's a little like skeptic. He doesn't like run away, but like he leaps onto like a log. Where then he just like kind of like, as he's like moving, it's
Sorry?
like, just out of curiosity, what would the name be?
Well, let's see. What kind? Let's figure out some cool names. We could be Herbert. That's a pretty good name. And
Herbert.
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 Yeah.
Hmm. Doesn't
like
really
it?
roll off the thing. You just
Oh, okay. Let's see. What about Bob?
Bob.
Can't go wrong with Bob.
Bob. I mean, maybe. You got a third
Like
one?
Bob. Let me think. I'm just looking at you, trying to figure out what kind of a good name for you would be.
I'd say like this frog is kind of like
mind palace looking for the perfect name.
I'd say this frog is kind of like one of like the slimier kind of frogs. Like it's green. It kind of has like the poisonous black like little spots on it, and kind of has like the more over-lidded eyes and stuff like that. Kind of looks like a bigger frog, maybe a little bit older for what a specific subspecies would be.
Oh, okay.
If that helps you out with names.
I'm thinking. I might have to look up names. Sorry. Names for frogs. I'm literally Googling this.
Hopper.
Hopper!
Hopper! Oh my god, Hopper.
Ah.
Hey, that is a good one.
How does the frog feel about it?
Depends. Is that how you're gonna go? Is that what you're gonna do?
Easy. Let's see. It could be Bully or Hopper.
You're just naming these
You're
to
like-
him?
Yes, I'm just gonna say him.
Bully? Bully. 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 Maybe. But bully. Bully. Maybe. What's the other
Hi.
one?
Hopper.
Alright. I know that word. Hop, hop, hop. And you just guy jumps over to the other side. I like that one. That one works.
You like that one?
I like it.
Okay. Your name is Hopper.
Hopper. Hopper. Hopper. Okay, I got it. Hopper. I like it.
Do you want to be my friend?
What is a friend?
Friend?
Protect you from getting hurt. And
What?
we can be friends, and we
Wait,
can
wait,
hang
wait,
out
wait, wait,
and
wait,
go
wait.
places.
I've never been hurt before.
You've never been hurt before?
Is there someone who's gonna
That's
hurt me?
good. Well, what about creatures that are bigger than you? Do they not? Do
They're
they run away
not
from
over
you?
in this area. I'm one of the bigger ones.
Oh, you're one of the bigger ones.
Yeah. I mean, this is my area. I'm big dog.
Oh, this
I'm
is
an
your
alpha.
area. Oh,
They don't mess with me
you're
here.
big.
No, I'm big.
They don't mess with
Big
you.
hop. Big
Oh, really? That's cool. That's really cool. Do you have family then?
I haven't seen my family in some time. I came over here to like kind of get on my own. They have their own little life, and you know they got their own children, and I decided to kind of do my own thing over here.
Oh.
You could assume based
Okay.
on concept he's pretty old, and maybe like his children.
So
have
you
children.
live in the trees, or do you live by the pond? Because there's a pond over there.
I live wherever it seems convenient.
Oh.
But yes, I live over here. Usually by the water.
Okay. Oh. Cool.
You actually
Do you
find me
have a
like a
home?
really rare spot. I'm not usually over here.
Where do you need to go? I can bring you back.
Oh no, that's okay. I like the name says, I hop. And then he starts hopping.
I really like that you hop. It's cool.
I mean that's that. I think that's what we do. We hop. And he starts hopping.
Yeah. See, I can hop too. And hop. Hop.
Don't need to be a show off.
No, I'm just showing like we can hop together.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you're gonna have to do small hops because I can't keep up with you. You got
That's
bigger
okay.
feet.
We'll do little hops.
Oh, okay.
I'll do little hops.
All right.
Hop. Hop.
Okay. And he hops with
Hop.
you. He's like,
Hop.
all right, come this way. We're gonna go this way. He
Okay.
starts hopping.
Okay. And I'm
Give me a
sure
give me a perception check.
all the other people that are watching around are like, they're just seeing.
I feel
Mrs.
like
Hop
we're-
in the background.
We're cleaning all the weapons.
Yeah, we're cleaning all
and
the
we
guns.
just need Mixus hop and this little thing next to her and hop, and we're cleaning. We just stop and stare the entire time they
Yep.
hop past us.
21.
21. You surprisingly notice that as he starts to lead you to where he needs to go, he starts to take you to the shoreline. And you do
Oh.
notice that you are about to cross. To get to where he wants to go, you
Oh,
would
no.
be leaving the recommended area.
Oh no. Oh no. Hopper?
Yeah. You're not hopping anymore. You're supposed to hop. Hop, hop, hop.
Yeah. I can't go
Chop,
over
chop.
there. I was told I wasn't allowed to.
Who said that?
The big dude. With
Sounds
the
like
horns.
a jerk.
Yeah, well,
I am Hopper.
he told me that I wasn't supposed to go over there.
I'm guessing he doesn't know how to hop well. He probably just wants you to hop. He's probably jealous.
That's probably what it is. Okay, and I'll just keep hopping.
Do we see her starting to leave?
Depends. Are you guys consistently watching this, or are you just like, oh, it's just Mixus being Mixus, and you just kind of
if
ignore
it's
it?
right in front
I think
of us.
they said they were watching it, yeah?
Yeah, well,
If you guys are
she's,
watching the full
hopping,
thing-
we're sitting there just.
As you're watching the full thing, by the time you notice that she just decides to like shrug her shoulders and she starts like walking off like in a fairy tale, you're like, oh fuck, and then yeah.
I'm gonna shut
Well,
up.
it was nice knowing you, Mixus.
Goodbye.
What?
You can't go that way.
Hopper's going that way.
Well,
If Hopper
then
would jump off a
Hopper's-
bridge, are you gonna jump off the bridge too?
What's a
He
bridge?
was gonna
Who are
he
these
was gonna
people?
show me- They're my friends. Other friends.
As like she's talking to
Tell-
this little creature, you just hear like, "Rrrp, rrrp, rrrp."
We're used
Go
to
down.
it at this point. Tell Hopper you need to come back.
And I look down and I just like kick the sand and be like, Hopper, they're telling me I have to go back.
This sucks.
Who are these people? What gives them the right to
They're
tell you
my
what to do?
Well, Well, so we're only guests in this area, not like you where you live here. We're only guests, and we were told we could only go to certain places.
Well, how about you be my guest? You can be my guest over here, and then you can come over to my spot.
So if the big dude with the horns will be okay with that.
Big dude with the
And
horns.
how do I tell the people who live here, the soldiers and such, that I was following you and like you invited me?
That's alright. They don't mess with me here. They think like I'm some kind of like, I don't know. They move around me. I mean, if you follow around, they'll probably move around you too. They probably won't care. All right.
Mixus, don't. If you want to continue where we are, we don't want to get kicked out. Do not take another step.
Like feel like I'm in like mid step.
No, absolutely.
Like a cat, like, huh?
And then I like slowly put my foot down, like slowly. And like, you know, like where you just like slightly, nope, not touching the ground yet.
I'm not touching.
Still
I mean,
pretty
hey,
hot.
I'm just saying, if you cross the border and something happens to you, womp
We don't
womp.
want to anger the
Big
guests
sad.
who have taken
Like-
us in and fed us.
I get down real close to Hopper. I'm like, I'm sorry. They're telling me I need to go back. Maybe we can play later?
He like, looks at you. All right. I'll be around.
Hey, and just what's your favorite food? I'll find some stuff for you.
I really like the flying things, the ones that have multiple wings.
Oh, like a dragonfly or something like that?
Sure. I don't know what they're called. They just taste great.
Oh, they taste good? Okay, well, I'll find some stuff and
He immediately
I'll
like
keep
he immediately looks and he doesn't even like look at him. It's also he does like a quick little thing. He just like licks from a corner. Those ones are pretty good. You see, they eats like basically like a pretty large dragonfly.
Okay, for those. I will see you later, okay?
Okay, I'll hold you to it.
Yeah. Well, do you want to meet here or by the pond?
Well, if you can come by the pond, you get permission. Let's meet over by the pond. Otherwise, I come back here once in a while for, you know, there's usually some good
Is
animals
this, like,
here to eat.
this pond, I'm guessing?
Oh, it's not the whole map. There's a few
Oh.
ponds around the place that's pretty
Okay,
close to
well,
within the residential district.
Okay, well, I'm thinking like this pond somewhere.
Okay.
The pond by the big building over here. And I point to it. That one. Do you want to meet there? It has the fish in it. It has the koi in it.
I do like watching like the ones that look like they got a lot of colors. They're quite amusing to watch. I talk to them once in a while. They're pretty fun. Yeah, I can come back over there.
Okay. I'll meet you there later. Okay?
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Bye, Hopper.
Hopper.
I turn around and be like, I sadly walk back. Be
kicking
like,
rocks.
yes. And then I remember that there's a snake in my pocket.
I was just about to say, I was just like, is she still hanging on to the snake? The snake probably feels really good about himself now that you've been hanging out with
Like, yeah,
Hopper.
Well, did you kill the snake or you just kind of like just contained
Put
it
it
in
in my pocket.
you just like clenched it in your pocket and just hopefully it
No,
doesn't like go-
I gave it enough space that it could move around in the pocket, like curl up like how snakes do when they want to stay warm.
Okay. Give me as you start walking back, you're like kicking rocks. Before you notice the snake's still there, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Dex?
If you give enough room to move, it's gonna try to bite you.
That's a 20.
Oh, okay, you're fine. So you start to remember that snakes in your pocket. You start to like, it must have like ripped open a hole like in your pocket that lets you get into your legs, and you start to notice it before it bites at you, and you're able to quick grab it before it decides to put its teeth into your skin.
And then I get up and be like, hey, that's not okay. And I said, I do speak with the animals again.
Well, don't put me in your pocket if you don't want me to bite you.
Try to keep you warm.
I don't want to be warm. I like the cold.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that. I'm sorry, here. and I put you down and be like, do you want to be by the... Wait, before I do that, do you want to be by the pond or do you want to be by the bushes?
It's a lot of choices. You know what? You were actually kind of comfortable. I'll go in the... as long as you don't keep me, like, restricted in there, maybe, you know...
Do you want
it's
to go
kind of nice
there?
security.
I pull out my little pouch. Do you want to go in the pouch?
I don't know. It's a little tight. I mean, there's always, like, this weird creature keeps going around and keeps hunting me. I mean, like, you... Maybe if I stay with you... You're big. You're really big.
Yeah, I'm big.
Only for security. Not because I don't... not because I want to. Maybe, yeah. The pouch. The thing.
And I open the pouch. And
Okay.
you'll be like, okay, there you go.
Okay, this isn't forever. It's just
No, it's
just
not.
for now.
Don't worry.
Just for now.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Friends forever.
All right. Not like your pet or anything like that.
By the way, do you have a name?
Oh no, here we go again.
Oh yeah.
What's a name?
Helga's gone back to trying to clean the gun at this point.
Same.
She is, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think
Do
we
you
all
not-
would.
You don't know what a name is? What
I don't know what that is.
What
do
do
you
people
mean?
call
What
you?
people call me? I don't usually
Well,
talk
what
to
do I-
people. You're the first person I talk to.
Well, what do other snakes call you?
Friend?
Friend? Oh, do you want me to just call you friend?
Well, you're not a snake.
But
Ouch.
But I could be your friend.
What? Oh, I see what you're doing there. Okay. Well, I mean, if you just want to use that, sure.
Or,
You know, if
or
you,
do
if
you
you
want to
just
be
want to
called
come,
Noodles? Do you want to be called Noodles?
they do have a lot of those around here. It might get confusing because I hear that word a lot.
You're a noodle.
Okay.
You're a noodle.
But you could be special because you're a danger noodle.
So you're gonna call me Danger Noodle?
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. But just remember,
You like
I'm not
it?
your pet.
That's okay.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna hang out in here now. As he kinda like looks around. Swear to God I was just hearing the creature before and he's mean. So I'm gonna hang out in here. This isn't permanent. As he like
It's okay.
he's like curled up and he keeps popping out. This is gonna last forever. This
It's
isn't like a
okay.
permanent thing. Alright.
That's fine. That's fine.
He's like,
I'm
"Oh,
only doing this
you
for protection. We're not
know,
like
I
this
chose
is.
to."
Don't close the thing. I want to at least know that like
Close
I
it
can
all
get
the
a...
way. I do have to put it on my belt again, so I'm just gonna do this, okay? Just like this.
Okay. All right.
You can still move around in there.
Yeah.
And if you want to peek out your little head, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna kind of
air.
hang out. I'm just gonna kind of like peek out over here as you just see like in the shadow of like the bag. You just see like the two little beady eyes just kind of like staring.
And
Up.
whenever you want to come out, you just let me know. You can even. I don't mind if you crawl on me. I don't care.
Oh. Okay. You're not gonna like freak out when you start to feel me like moving around your body.
No, not that I know you're there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Creature, no problem. No problem with creatures.
You're weird, but I like it.
I'm weird. But you said you
usually
haven't
when
talked to a lot of humans before.
when
Or
people
people
like
before.
feel me going up, they like immediately freak out and they shake their legs. They try to get me off.
Oh, I think that's because well, you know why I called you Danger Noodle?
No, it's cool. I like it, but no.
So you're poisonous to some people.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So if you bite big enough, if you bite hard enough, and probably if you bite multiple times enough, certain people will get sick.
Yeah, I know how to fuck some people up.
Yeah. That's probably what it is. Now, as long as you promise you're not gonna bite me ever anymore, like not try.
Well, you're not gonna try to shake me off or anything like that, are you?
No.
All right, we're good. We're good.
Now that I know you're there. No.
All right, we're fine. We're fine. The creature's not
Okay.
around, is it?
I don't think so. Was the creature the hoppy thing?
Yeah, he kind of moves kind of funny. He like goes from one spot to another without like crawling in between. How does one do that? It's weird.
Well, he's called a frog. That's what that's called.
Yeah, sounds like a jerk name. I don't like it.
Well, maybe we need to find you if you want later on. I know because you said this isn't permanent. If you want later on, we can find you your own territory area so you don't have to worry about the creature ever again.
I'll think about it.
Plus, don't
I'm
you
not gonna
know-
let him win. He can
Well,
leave.
no. know. It makes sense. It makes sense. But there's got to be more better places. There's a lot of land around here.
He came in here and he entered my area. My home.
Understandable.
Mine.
I understand. But you probably don't like water as much, right? You
As long as it's
more
shallow enough.
Right. Which makes sense because you're not a water snake. You're a regular. Well, you're a land snake. That's different.
No, as he pulls out his teeth, I'm a poison snake. Ha! And
Yes, you're a poison snake, and your fangs are very cute and very vicious. They're very sharp. They look very sharp.
They are.
Well, that's good, right? Do you eat rats or mice?
Too much fuzz.
Oh, too much fuzz. What do you eat then?
I like to go for like the challenge. There's occasionally like these weird like creatures that come out of the ground. I usually go for them.
Like a mole, I'm guessing?
No, they got like multiple legs that kind of move all over the place. They kind of like shoot these things out of their butts. And then they like move all over the place.
You like spiders! That's what you like. That's what that is. That's called a spider.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They have 8 legs.
I don't count. But yeah, they got a lot of them. I don't got any, but they got a lot. They're assholes.
Yeah. Oh,
That's one thing that you got 2 legs, but they gotta have 8 legs. They're all so special.
It's like throwing it in your face.
Yes, and they make a web from their butt, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's gross as hell.
Yeah.
Like, who does that?
I know, it's very strange. But you know what? Okay, so as we go around, you know, if you see anything that you need, you just poke out your head and let me know, okay?
Sounds like a deal.
And I'm just gonna I'm gonna suddenly be kind of like all of a sudden you see her going from kicking rocks to like la 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 as she's coming back.
Okay. At this point, I'm gonna assume some time has passed, and
yes, please.
it's about midday. With the eating, cleaning, doing whatever you're doing, getting animals, talking to them, skipping around, whatever. The absence of Murph has become ever apparent. Maybe you thought he was sleeping in, but you haven't seen him. His door is still closed. Whether or not you want to approach it is completely up to you. Otherwise, the time will continue on.
I'm gonna check on him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm a little weirded out with that
Wait,
dream.
this morning, I think my little punch wouldn't have done anything to him. Yeah, that's right, I punched him.
That's okay, I punched
That's
Xander.
adorable, Mixus. That is absolutely adorable. Let me tell you.
It scared me.
As you just
That's what he gets.
yeah, you're speaking with the animals zone, but you notice that he's like trying to say something to you, assuming that you can always hear, but he's trying to talk to you. Your snake.
One second.
What?
And I
Hold, please.
and I do it again. Well, what's up?
What do you mean, what's up? Did you not hear what I just said? I was just talking to you.
No, I'm sorry. Sometimes it doesn't work all the time.
What doesn't work?
Me being able to speak your language and understand it.
But you can't natively speak my language? I thought you could.
Well, so see, I have this thing called magic, and it makes it so that I can actually speak with you. But I have to do it a couple times. So I can do it.
Assuming that's what you gotta do when you say magic. When he says magic, he like raises up his body. So what is magic?
Yep, just that. Magic.
You gotta say.
This sounds
This was like a cobra. His hood would pop up.
I don't know how this sounds in like snake to everyone else, or it's like
as you just like seeing her
Watch out,
talk to the
Mixus, it's
snake,
going to strike.
and occasionally you just like you don't see a snake, but you occasionally just see like the tongue like vibrating out as like it's talking. But it's just like, okay, so you hit somebody. Where is he? I'll take him out. I'll bite him.
No, it's fine.
I'll
It's
bite
fine.
him.
He spooked me. Do you know how, like you said, sometimes people almost step on you and then they try to shake you off? Well, he spooked me, and so I was really close to him because I was watching him because he's actually, he's kind of going through a rough patch right now.
Who
and
cares?
he's
He needs to
making
get
weird
bit.
noises. No, it's fine.
So I'm here.
It's fine. He doesn't have to get bit. He doesn't have to get bit. It's okay. I will let you know if there's anybody that needs to be bite, and I'll be like, Snake!
Almost like he like needs to bite someone every day just to get himself through his day. Like, just let me bite somebody. Just let me do it. Like, I can't just keep this venom held back all the time. Like, someone needs to bite.
Okay, well, we'll find you a spider.
Spiders
Like
die
a big
typically.
Like a big spider.
Do you mind if I borrow one of your friend's fingers? Just for an experiment.
Not I, said the blind man.
I don't know. Guys?
What?
Yes.
What?
So, does anybody want to volunteer their finger for the little snake? He needs to bite something.
As you just
If
see his
I
little
heard
head pop
it.
out, and he just got like, you swear to God, snakes can't smile, but you hear that, you see the most devilish smile that a snake can have.
He will lose his head.
Oh. Don't bite
What'd they say?
Fiona. That's that one. That one. Don't bite that one. Right there.
Helga just
Fiona.
sticks out her
Don't bite that
hand
one.
because she's just like, whatever. I don't care.
Oh,
Like, we're going.
see,
we're
you see
on
the-
the way.
you see-
Do
you
it.
see the-
Do it.
Do you see the reddish one with the ears right there? The fuzzy ears? You
Don't
can bite that
kill
one.
her.
But I don't like fuzz. I don't
No,
like
you're
fuzz.
gonna bite their finger. Their
Oh.
finger. Their finger doesn't have fuzz.
Their finger doesn't have fuzz? Okay.
Right.
All right.
Right. It's only their ears.
Alright, so you bring it over there, it's like looks up at you like almost like the most devilish
I'll
look,
meet
like he
you
needs
in-
it to be evil. He just clamps right down. He's gonna do
Just before he clamps, Fiona looks over and is like, "No, he's poisonous!"
you're gonna take 14 points of poison damage, and
Oh.
you are gonna be at disadvantage for the next 10 minutes. And
Oh.
you have
Okay.
half movement.
I have a thing. for
You have a thing?
do. Well, now, don't be weird about it.
Is your snake
No,
friend happy
Renora's
now?
laughing at Helga.
As he like
I
unclamps
have
after like a
lots
few
of
seconds, like,
restoration.
all good,
Are you
and he
happy?
just scrolls back into the
Okay.
bag.
Okay. He's okay. Thank you.
I was gonna
Mixus.
say, I have lesser restoration, so can I touch Helga so she can't be like poisoned?
I mean, sure.
Mixus.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
Do not let him bite any of us again, even if they stupidly volunteer.
As he's just like
Okay.
watching his instant the appreciation, he sees what Xander is like, wait, what the fuck? The hell did he do? He ruined it!
Yep.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yes, I cast lesser.
He'll be fine.
I touched Helga and
It's
cast
fine.
lesser.
He ruined half of it. The bite isn't all of it. You gotta watch him look drunk. It's fun.
And I look at Helga and be like, "Can you act like you're drunk?"
She's gotta do a really good job.
Like I said that in like real, like he doesn't understand me.
Oh,
when I say
okay.
that. Like,
So I say, "Can you act like you're drunk?" The snake is like a little upset that Xander just healed you.
You got it, Mixus!
Performance check, please.
Okay.
What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
God.
what did you do at your D&D session?
Yeah.
Got bit by
I
a
pretend-
garden
six-
snake.
I
16.
befriended a
He just
frog.
like looks at it, it's like, I feel like it's fake, but it works. Alright.
Helga just leans on Fiona like a drunk person would and like, let's go check on Merv.
She
Kinda
looks
like
at
looks
her and
like-
just walks.
I'm bored. I'm gonna go sleep. Night! And he just curls up in your bag.
Good night.
So is this like a garden snake size, like a water snake? Or...
This is like, kind of like a rattlesnake size.
Okay, it's a little bigger.
It's in my pouch.
Yeah, it fits in your pouch, so it can't be that
Like,
big.
he is thick enough that as he moves around, just like the curl up in the pouch, you do see like this little bulge that he does because he's trying to lay flat in it.
Yeah, you do.
I'm so happy I'm
You
not the
walked
only
into
one
that
that's not
Well,
D&D.
you walked into that
We
one.
swear it's for adults. Like,
Okay. And then
Alright.
I'm gonna start. Like I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna be looking for spiders.
as soon as Mixus is out of like visual range, Helga's gonna straighten back up and be like, all right, let's go. Like it was only.
It is already headed inside.
Yep.
I'll say no matter what check you get, you cannot find spiders inside. It's very, very, very clean almost at all times. Very OCD clean.
Okay, then I'm gonna go outside and fight spiders.
Okay, you're gonna go outside and fight
Spider
spiders.
hunting.
We're just gonna let that go on the side for a little while. So
Yeah,
with
because I'm gonna stuff them.
Yeah,
I'm
please.
just
We
gonna
got
keep
two
stuffing
friends.
them when I
Those are
find
two
them
friends
and put them in the pouch for
So-
him as little treats for later.
as you eventually go in the room, you notice that Murph is gone.
Well, shit.
Oh man, God.
Can I look around the room and see if I can find out, like, anywhere that maybe he went to, or find out anything? Maybe this dream freaked him out.
It depends on if you want to try to see if you can track if he left any marks. You can give me a survival check. If you want to see if he left anything behind or any kind of like anything left in the room itself without tracking him, just like something left behind, it would be an investigation check.
Survival.
I would like to do an investigation if I can.
12
Yeah,
and
if I-
9.
Okay. As far as tracking him, it looks like his way of walking out here, as far as you can tell, was done pretty well. As far as looking in the room, if anybody wants to make an investigation check, yeah, you can give me an investigation check.
15.
15. There's really nothing left in the room left behind. You do notice that there's nothing that was left behind. Anything that he would have had that he would have taken off when he was sleeping, or if any kind of armor he would have removed just so he could walk around, he probably put back on when he left. There's nothing left of his in the room.
Is the like scent of Murph still strong? Like, can I tell like how long ago he like? Is it faded to where he may have left a long time ago in the?
You can give me
Murph.
survival. You can give me a survival check using your scent.
Your sniffer.
24.
You assume it was roughly around the time you guys all woke up.
Man, so he left like right away.
Give or take maybe an hour. I'd say at this point, a few hours have passed since you guys woke up. It's probably past midday at this point.
Guessing he left right after I booped him in the snoot.
You would have assumed that while you guys were watching outside, based off the time of what you can assume, Helga, of the smell, maybe he left while you guys were watching Mixus.
It was a distraction. Sorry.
He was talking to someone in that dream. Someone who threatened me. Someone who I don't think is good.
What dream?
Last night, I was pulled, well, myself, Murph, and Xander were pulled into, it almost seemed like an alternate reality. There were fog, and Xander thought he heard his god. Murph went running off, and I got a really bad feeling about it. It didn't feel right. It was bad. So Xander, he wanted to run so bad, and I just didn't want anything to happen, so I may have punched him in the face to wake him up. But you're okay now, right? You're okay.
Yeah, peachy.
Nora goes in for
before
a
we
high
could do
five after
anything.
you say you punch Xander.
Yep. She just kind of looks at you, rolls her eyes, and continues the story.
At
Okay,
this
whatever.
point, it is cold, but you start to notice that you can see your own breath. Somehow the degrees have dropped significantly. As the sound of rain lessens. And until you look outside, it just sounds quiet outside. No sound of people, no sound of rain. But if you eventually look out the windows, it has went from rain to snow.
This bullshit, and she pulls out more furs because Helga from a tropical island is like, the hell with this.
I'm like, why is it always gotta be?
I'm not used
Well,
to wearing
like,
this
I
much
already-
clothes. 2 pieces are all
Well,
I
like-
need.
Right?
Well, yeah, honestly, because I already decided that Helga, like with the kimonos, would have just been wearing like the more like male style pants, and then essentially just like a tube top, like
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
doesn't need any, and so she's just like, fuck,
This is
pull out all
bullshit.
these extra furs, yeah, like.
I don't do this much crunches a day just to cover it up.
Exactly.
It's a crime, really.
Anyone else need extra fur?
Yes.
As you notice that it gets so cold outside that you start to see cold air coming into the spots of doors that aren't open. Glass that's
we all
freeze.
huddle around. We all huddle
Does
around
it
Boulder
seem
because he's probably
unnatural?
warm.
Like how fast it's like turning cold?
I mean, based off what you know of this area, it rarely snows. And if it gets cold, it's only due to how effective the rainstorm is. Snow is not a common thing here, and if it is, it's due to maybe an effect of a different region for a temporary amount of time. Especially with it happening this quickly, either this is something that's happening in your direct location, or something's happening on the region that you were not told about in advance.
Mystery.
Are there
You're not-
other people outside? Like, do they like? If there are, they kind of like.
If you decide
No.
to go look out the windows or step outside, everyone is going.
I mean, Mixus is still outside.
If you're outside, then if
Bye.
you decide not to go, you didn't go with him to go check out Murph.
I didn't go no, I didn't go with Murph. To
Yeah.
where they were, right?
Go check it out.
She was
Bernard
looking
didn't
for
go either.
spiders.
I was
think it's
looking for
just-
spiders.
I don't know. Did Xander go with? Because I think it's just Fiona
Probably
and
would have, because
Helga.
we were talking about how she slugged me. So
Okay.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
This would be happening at the
I
same
thought
time
that
that
was
you'd be outside. Is that randomly around the same time the rain starts turning into snow and you start to get really, really cold, and your snake friend just like, I'm gonna hang out here. It's really, yeah. There's no, nope, and then just kind of just.
Yeah, nope.
Nope.
No, for me, Ghost Rider.
It's a no for me, dog.
But you immediately notice that the visage of people starts disappearing in front of your eyes, Mixus, since you're outside.
Okay, I don't like this. And I like hurry. I try to slowly try to get into the house.
Okay. As you start to move slowly in the house, you start to notice that it is coming down. It's not like a storm, but the snow's coming down so fast that by the time you finally get up the steps, the ground itself is almost so high that you almost couldn't step in it, and it's accumulating fast.
I like knock on the door and like I just picture like you see this hand knocking on the door from the actual like snowbank. Somebody help! I can't
Can
get
we-
in.
Can we hear her from there?
Yeah, you can hear.
I'm gonna run and open the door and grab her in, and then notice Renora's not with us and call out her name.
Yeah, I would have made my way in as soon as the snow started getting bad.
Like I said, it's not like a windstorm. It's for some reason it's supernaturally coming down as a cumulative amount, some random
I know.
time fast.
Yeah.
I don't think this is normal.
At this
No.
point, you start to hear the howl of a wolf, loud but sad.
Oh, is that
That
Is that-
doesn't sound
is
like
that-
the wind.
is that the wolf that Murph knows?
Well, it's not Boulder because he's right here. So
With the
Yeah.
storm that we have, I'd
Boulder's
have to
not
say
with you.
yes.
Boulder's
Oh.
with us.
Remember,
would've-
Boulder didn't stay in the place. He's kind of moseying around.
Could it be Boulder?
It doesn't sound
Someone
like
want to
Boulder.
call?
yeah, I would assume that, or I would at least hope that if Boulder were in trouble, he would try and tell one of us, or at least he's intelligent enough to take shelter if it's too dangerous. But
Right.
Boulder.
In the vision, he ran towards a blizzard. It ended
did.
with him talking to somebody. I don't know if this has anything to do with it.
Yeah.
That is the wolf that
It does
he's
seem
talked to in
like-
the past, right?
Really
Yes.
weird timing if it isn't that, right? Like,
yeah.
Cause wasn't
yeah,
like when we were in was it I can't remember. I totally am forgetting all the time.
that other realm.
Yeah,
that we were in?
when we in another
Shadowfall.
realm, and when he
Yes.
went to see he, and all of a sudden it was a blizzard, and then there was a wolf that came through the blizzard, and then he was talking to the blizzard
Mhm.
and the wolf. Yeah, that.
Mm-hmm.
So you think this is something Calabax trying
Yeah.
to do?
So
That's the deity that he talks to that
But-
owns
but
the
it-
wolf. So
Yeah.
but if it sounds sad, maybe something's wrong. Maybe something's
Could be.
wrong with Murph.
oh, we knew that.
Well, we know that, but you know what I mean? Something like real wrong. Like,
I'm gonna run to the door and throw it open. Just shout out Kaldek's name.
Whose name?
Helga's gonna try and answer the wolf's call with a like wolfish
You're gonna-
howl of her own.
You're
The
gonna call out the Calabac.
yeah, Calabac, yeah.
Now just remember to
Yeah.
remind you, Calabac is the god, not the wolf. So
Well, what's the
wolf,
name
the
of the
wolf.
wolf again? I don't remember.
Oh,
I remember.
this is-
No,
Anybody remember?
I was trying to look at my notes. I don't
It was
know
a
if we ever had
Torah
the.
No,
Wolf's
that's
name.
No, that's Torah.
Because he was who
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna call out, but I don't know his name, so I
Yeah.
would call out to his god.
And most
Yeah.
likely you guys would not know the wolf's name, but you do know Calabac's name. As you call out the Calabac, and immediately the howling stops, and you start to hear and feel the shake of large feet coming from the
Jesus.
center of the island, moving towards your direction.
I guess being the cleric, I might go, well, if this is something related to godly things, then with both of us being kind of reaching out to each other or reaching out to our gods, I'll go step out.
Reaching out.
I'm stepping out
Good
with
luck,
you.
Xander.
Yeah, thanks!
Good luck, Fiona.
Thanks, Fernora!
I will
Yeah,
stay here
anytime.
because
are
the
you coming?
snow's too.
Oh, I'm
too-
going.
Too tall.
Okay.
Okay.
The snow's
Fernora
too tall
coming.
for me now.
For those of you that
I'll
step
stay here
outside,
and hang out with Mikas.
You
Watch after
eventually-
Mikas.
from the distance, you see about a 20-foot tall giant set to move in your direction.
Oh.
From the distance, you cannot get out the features, but occasionally you do see the shadow of a beard moving against the wind. A large axe in one hand, dragging against the snow itself, until you just hear a thud and thud as he drops down several levels to get to your spot. He just stands up and he starts to speak, but unfortunately none of you understand him.
Wait, what's the language? What's he
Giant.
speaking?
You can't speak it. You are not attuned to
Oh.
him.
Right.
Oh, but if he was speaking giant, I would know it.
It's not giant.
If you were also here with
Oh,
us,
it's
you
not
would know it.
giant.
But
I'm still going to look up to him and say, was it your storm that he ran into last night?
You hear some speak. For anybody who speaks Celestial or Giant, you hear some words, but the language itself is kind of like a mixture of both and also ancient of itself. So you don't hear it all.
we hear nothing.
As he
Ah,
takes
is
a second and
speaking
he looks
loud
at you.
enough that I can hear something from the house.
I mean, you hear some words, but not enough to get the whole thing.
Okay, because I speak both celestial and giant.
Right, but that's not all it is. It's just you're getting
Yeah.
pieces of it. And he eventually looks at all of you in confusion. And then it almost like something just clicks at him and he just closes his eyes and just focuses as his body starts to shrink down to about a 12-foot tall version of himself. He starts coughing and... Can you understand me now? As he starts to speak common.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he drops down his axe. You just hear this large thud on the ground, as if, even though it shrunk in size, it did not drop in weight. Before we begin, I'm Kalabak. I know
Thank
who you
for
all are.
coming.
Introductions are not necessary. I see through his eyes and experience most of what he does in combat. I may not know you all in depthly, but at least know how you are in battle. That being said, I still know what he does when he does it. And what he's doing now needs to stop.
Yeah.
What is he doing exactly?
Is this about the war singer?
He looks at you confused. And this is about your friend and the experiences that I've had in the past few days. His path has not just diverged from his fate. it has taken a full U-turn. Normally, gods don't intervene. A mortal's life is their own. A decision here, there, is their own. A fork in the road, you're still following a straight path. But there was a point, as of several days ago, that I could not see. And something about it made his vision blank to me. I don't know what it was, but you were in some kind of battle, and then I couldn't see. After that, his fate has been close to me. Now he has gone on to some kind of crusade that I cannot see, I cannot foretell, but all it does is sends down a what you would call shiver down your spine, but obviously a different effect for me due to the obvious. I cannot intervene. Whatever he's doing, I have lost connection with him, and him to I. In normal circumstance, a god would not need to care. One patron here or there is 1 to millions. But think of me as more selective. I only have a handful. I do not care about quantity. I only care about quality. Your friend's quality is diminishing.
Do you know anything of an elven mage? He's purple hair with a stripe of white. He looks fancy.
You'll have to do more than just simple descriptions. There are many half-elves, many mages, and many that have the unique, what is it called? Homochrosis of color of hair. Homeochrosis.
He was able to pull us into dreams, all three of us, and I'm going to look at Xander.
I concur.
If it wasn't you that called him last night, it was this person.
No, believe me, I tried. He did not listen. Whoever called him was not me.
We do know the name because we would have known his name before, because remember when we found Norin in the other realm.
That's right.
I didn't know if it was obvious.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Or not, but...
Yep, no worries. I'll figure it out.
I'm going to tell him then the name was Valeris.
His eyes immediately just widen open as he just walks straight up to you and pushes anybody in your way just out. As he just looks at you straight down, as he does kind of skyscrape over you. You must be certain of this name. Are you positive?
I'm positive. We saw him back from the Shadowfell with Norin and Seraphina. It was the same person.
That man's shadow looms over everything. Steps back. Starts moving paces back and forth. And which ones of you saw this? Saw it in its entirety?
It was only me. Xander didn't stay long in the realm of dreams.
Then I ask a favor of you. First off, I must know. If we can find him, no matter what the cost, is the price too much, or are you willing to take it to find him? I will not give you the cost, only the option to choose.
Whatever the price is.
I want my brother back.
He walks up to the middle of all of you as he immediately just takes his hands, and you just see this bluish energy immediately just charging for them. As you just start to see the snow wrap around him, as he just creates this mini little hurricane around his hands. As he just immediately takes it, as you just see these 10 other ethereal hands come up behind him and immediately just, as this immediate shockwave just gets pulled around all of you, as immediately the snow stops midair in this orb that surrounds you. Time itself gets shuttered. As you immediately see these echoes of himself, 10 in all, but all look like if he was a mage, cloaked in hoods and dressed in very ornate robes, floating off the ground as if they had no feet, phantasms of him, as they all start circling around you and start gently coaxing you into this 10-foot square. Take heed, where I send you, you have already seen, but I must see through your eyes, and for your safety, your friends will need to be there. You have seen part of the picture, but now we must let you see all of it. There are 3 rules that happens in this fate. 1, if you do not interact with yourself, you cannot be harmed. 2, time must move as time does. You change one thing, you change everything. 3, if he is smart enough and if he's powerful enough, if you show any aggression, even the slightest, he might know you're there. Be warned. Go there as observers only, and listen to my words. I will look through your eyes. As immediately these 10 echoes of him surround you and immediately slowly press on the ground as this wind starts to push down, as this hex rune starts to summon around you of blue and purple energy of arcane light, as it starts to glow. Yeah.
While he's doing that, because he's sending us somewhere, I'd be like, "Oh, snaky guy, I need to leave you here so you don't get hurt. Okay?"
It's cold. All right. I'm gonna go find a spot. Bye.
And I just like kind of pull it, push. Yeah, because I don't want it. And he's probably comes out and he's like, "What the fuck is all this going?" Probably with all of the like.
As he immediately tries to find like a little like rock to kind of go into to kind of get some warmth. As this pressure starts to go, as
Sorry
he immediately
about that.
starts.
I just was like, let's not bring a snake into the wherever we're going.
As this
we
arcane
would have had to
rune,
run back and get you anyway, so we probably would have just been like, "Here, stay in the house." Like,
as this arcane rune that's being generated on the ground seems like it's made out of both energy and air. As if they're pushing further, as though like they're fighting against a current of wind. They're pushing down. As they're pushing down, you all start to lift up, unable to control flight, but you're almost like gravity is decided to exit out of this space, and you're just kind of like floating in this air, unable to move, as you're just kind of like being lifted. As he just looks at all of you. One last thing. It is up to you to what you see. You can change what you see, as long as you don't change what has happened. You are given 1 hour, and the spell ends. Heed my warnings, and you have 3. I will not repeat them again. As he closes his eyes, as immediately the last echo knights just immediately press down, as they immediately lift up, and then you guys drop, and as before you hit the ground, they press down again, as immediately the ground disappears beneath you, as you all start falling into an empty void, as you immediately all drop into the same spot that you were in this vision. But there are no north, south, east, or west. As you look around, you float away from this spot as you get pulled up in the air about 20 feet. As you look down, you can see the 3 of you still there, wondering what the area is. See yourself still standing around, waiting to see for something to happen. As you hear the words whispered to you again, do not forget to heed my warnings. 1 hour you have. Do not affect, do not engage, and do not show aggression. As you immediately just see this large hourglass spin, as you assume measuring for 1 hour.
So we're all in this like dreamscape now?
You are all there.
Okay.
If we talk, our other selves can't hear us, right?
You assume not. You can give me an intelligence check to make sure you can understand the details of what he's telling you.
Sure, I'll do one too.
Okay.
Oh.
Nat
Oh.
20.
I failed.
Right, it was so close. I got a
Oh.
4.
I got a 4 too.
I got a nat 20 and I'm the stupid one. Yay!
Actually, I got the
We are not using our smarticle particles tonight.
Maybe it's
So-
because Xander and Fierna, you've been here before and you just don't get it. But Helga, you're able to take in, like, you think you get the idea. You can talk, you can speak to each other, but as soon as you try to influence it, if you try to actually talk over someone else, or if you try to land down there and you try to talk to somebody that's not part of your future selves, it will fuck with time. Aggression itself. Do not touch the hilt of your blade. Do not act in aggression. The magic that Valeros has might be able to register it even though you're in the future.
No aggression. Well, that's no fun.
So,
That's like my
I go to
whole
Fierna.
thing.
So I have to watch you hit me again. Again?
I'm sorry. I told you I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You needed to get
It's
out of the
okay.
dream.
Hey, you know what? Proposal. Whenever we exit this, Xander just gets a free hit.
No. I would never hit somebody ever.
You also
Well, just
assume,
write
based
this off.
off what he's telling you, is that you're not limited to what the 6 eyes saw. The fact is, you still see what all exists, even what they didn't see. You're not limited to their vision. But, because they did not see it, you are left unknown of what will happen if you do see what has not been seen.
Oh.
And therefore, which is why you need your friends here to protect you in case if something happens.
Can I, while our future selves or past selves are just standing there trying to figure out what's going on, can I kind of move myself to see what would have been in Xander's direction?
That's what I was thinking of as well.
As you see what is actually transpired there, you see the moments before his vision would have been shown. As we did see Xander's essential, I think Xander was north. And you see the moments have happened that he could only hear but not interact with.
Yeah.
You see this fog and you see this battle going on. Wherever it is a battle of which you can assume legendary warriors. Powerful enough to exceed warriors of your dreams. Fighting off. Blades like Excalibur clashing against each other. Magic of powerful spells being flung across the air. Arcane light being shut off by God's hands. Being shut off from a hand that Xander knows was so familiar. Of a female god of lightning and storms. Fighting for her life as she has these 9 warriors at her side, or covered in golden and pearlescent armors, all females. Look all paladin of sorts, maybe her highest of devotees, fighting off against. And as you see that they're swinging, you see what they're fighting against. It looks familiar but different. The warriors themselves look similar, but you can't place them. Maybe you have to focus in. Maybe you're not supposed to see them. But in the distance, you see that they're being led by one man. The man you know as Valeris, as he's firing off elemental spells of fire and lightning back at her. Powerful enough that she can't resist. A god falling to the powers of mortals. As eventually it's only left between him and her as they go into a battle, and he's able to take his own lance, deflect her sword, and immediately impale her with their own sword. As he puts his hand to her head, drains her of all of her powers and absorbs into himself. At that point is when Xander sees this. Sees the bloody battlefield. sees the last moments that she has as she dies, impaled into her own throne. Such ferocity that not only did he impale her own sword into her body, but it actually crests through her stone throne.
I'm gonna put a hand on his shoulder and just say, don't react.
You have only one turn to make a check for this. All of you can make only one check. You can pick what kind you want. If you want to assist someone else, you can, but that sacrifices your turn to make a check before this part disappears. It can be anything you want, as long as it applies, but you only get one check, and it can't be redone.
Do a nature check?
How would you like it to apply to this?
To see if it's actually
Are you trying to figure out the region that it was?
the region, yeah.
Okay, you can give me a nature
For
check.
nature. Okay. Oh, then I don't know nothing.
What'd you get?
have an 8.
8.
I got an 8.
There is not enough shown in the vision to necessarily give you nature, but there's a couple details you know as far as the landscape. It is on the ground, and is very thick. Maybe prairie land of some sort. Next person. Anybody have an idea? Fiona looks
Can I
like she's got
use
some.
Perception, and I want to see if I can figure out who the warriors that were fighting with Valeris are.
Okay. Does anybody
Sorry.
else want to partake in this check? This will require a
Yes.
very high DC. So if
Yep.
anybody else wants to assist,
How-
the more people you do, the smaller the DC will be.
Yeah, I was also gonna try perception.
Okay. Okay. So 3
The
people.
4 of us.
4 people.
Let's go.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Am I just
Oh.
straight rolling, or is this an advantage?
it's
'Cause I'm getting
just as a
low.
regular advantage, but the DC will be more attainable to you.
Fingers crossed, guys. I do have a +7, but 13.
13. As you try to pull yourselves in, you try to lower yourselves as much as possible, knowing that you can only get so close, and trying to less focus the camera, but get yourself closer to the object. You know that is as far as that can go, and you try to reach on your head and try to look, and you're trying to get these, and you're noticing that they are warriors you've seen before. They're all different. These 9 warriors just grab your attention, but maybe just the focus of them. They're constantly, their backs are turned to you. Something grabs your attention.
Shoot. I wish I could have done a different check. Sorry.
You can't figure it out. But you notice that they're different kinds. They're not like her warriors, where they're all just one kind of warrior wearing the same armor. These ones are different, wearing different kind of clothing. Until 2 of them look familiar to you. One of them, different, but also familiar. A Goliath that you're trying to find. The other one that looks familiar to you, you swore you've seen before, but you can't place. And the only person in this can actually register is Helga. You've seen this person before, and you only know him by name. And you only seen him in a visage for a second.
Mm-hmm.
You know him as Gaju. The rest of them look like random warriors. I'd say, due to the fact that all 4 of you are working together, the DC was low, but you didn't get the greatest of check. I'll give you just one piece of information out of it. What you can tell, based off these fighters, they look like they're fighting, especially to your Goliath friend, they look like they're fighting in a way that does not suit them. You assume either they have changed their ways in the amount of time that this has transpired. You have no idea what the timeline is for this specific event to happen. You just know it's not in the past. It's obviously something that will happen. They looked compelled. Whether it's compelled against their will or compelled against their natural well-being, they might be fighting with their own well-being, but they might be changing their ways, finding out that their own current fighting style is not sufficient in what they want. But either way, their fighting is different than what you have at least known of them. you can assume, based off what you can see of Murph, you can't get his whole look, so you don't know if maybe he still has the arm, or if he's removed it, or if he's got something else entirely. He is definitely more adopted to the murder of his name. The pleasure of taking someone's life in combat. As you push in this far, you feel like this is as much as you can push until it is dangerous, as you merely get pulled back and that part of this is taken away from you. Since, at that point when that part was shown, you also get to see the beginning of Murph's side, the southern region, before East and West was shown to you. Granted, you didn't see East and West because you decided to pull yourself out of the vision as quickly as possible. Mm-hmm. But Southern did appear when Northern appeared. As you're able to quickly see, just like that, the few moments before. As you see a... Who here speaks Giant, other than Mixus?
Mixus.
Mixus, you would know this as the movement of a raid. A attack on someone's civilization from a secret point of water. And that's what this is. A group of what looks like warriors matching, maybe not specifically Goliaths, but mostly Goliaths, attacking this settlement, destroying them, taking their lives, and taking pleasure in it. Pillaging, killing, and many of the grotesque things that come in between that I will not mention.
Yeah. That's no fun.
But instead of going for jewels, instead of going for property, they are calling in the name of Valeris for this battle. As you see the person leading the fight, looks like Murph, but maybe much older. Grayed out beard, a little bit larger, and tattoos that are as black as the plague. Until you eventually see him take someone. At this point, I'm going to pause it. We're going to do this again. Everybody gets one check to focus on this area. We're going to go by the same rules. One check only as the time is paused before the time resumes.
I'll assist this time because my rolls have been shit.
Someone pick which... Okay, so Mixus, what are you doing? What's that?
What?
You maybe gotta change the time.
Arcana.
And what are we arcanaing for? What's the goal for the arcana?
Arcana-ing.
I want to see. I have to talk real low now. I want to actually see if, like, I can identify any, like, magical weapons or actual, like, spells or so that they're doing to take down whoever they're trying to do.
Okay, is anybody assisting Mixus in this? Or is somebody going to want to do something else?
You're not going to want me assisting in Arcana.
Well, assisting, you don't roll yourself, you just help.
Advantage, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll assist on this one.
Okay. And then after that, anybody assisting just decreases the DC.
Gotcha.
I got a 19.
19. Okay, so as Mixus and Fiona, you focus in on the magical properties that are going on. A couple things stand out. One is every warrior is enchanted.
Oh.
Not by, well, some of them have enchanted armor, some of them have enchanted weapons. But much as if a cleric can bless somebody in battle, this is enchanting an entire body, and all of them are enchanted. And it seems like they're enchanted with the ability to be immune to all elements. Taking no damage from fire, from the storms, from the light of radiance, from the plague of darkness, from the cold of ice. As far as enchanted weapons, a few of them have some, don't really classify anything more than like a +2, maybe a +3. A couple have much more unique ones. You see one full helm on, gladiator armor. Looks like maybe showing off some skin around the stomach area and a little bit of the leg. You assume a female Goliath. Has somehow wielding 2 great axes at the same time. Actually looks even a little bigger than Murph. You assume that her armor and her weapons are incredibly enchanted. Her armor itself looks like it allows her to actually exceed the strength parameters of what most mortals can carry. And her axes look like they are meant to crack open the earth itself. And then you detect Murph
so
again.
Good.
As you know now that the grade Goliath is him. As now you register the arm that he still has on, but now it has affected him more. It now goes over his chest, a little bit of his back, and a little bit of his face. And he has fully embraced it. And it looks like all he has to do is just...
Oh, sorry.
Looks like all he has to do is touch somebody, and they literally wither in his hands.
I would like to do an insight check to see if Murph is... If this is like a willing thing, if it's Warsong, or if he's like being compelled to do this against his will, or what's going on with that, now that we know that Warsong...
Okay, give me an insight
part
check.
of
Is
it.
anybody helping with this one that hasn't already helped or done a check yet?
I will.
Okay, so 2 of you, so you do it with advantage, Renora.
Okay. 21.
21.
Yeah.
Watching the movements, you definitely see a murderous spot to him. Based off the limited information you were told about Warsong, you assume this is at least Warsong is dominant in this spot. Whether or not Warsong and Murph have done a handshake deal and they are both one, it is definitely adopting the Warsong persona as far as the primary thought process and mindset. As far as compulsion of whether or not it's being forced, this, as far as any kind of compulsion taken into account, looks like he's free roaming.
Okay.
Xander, you were the last one left that has not done anything.
Yes.
Arcana's been done, Insight's been done.
Yep. Could I do some sort of perception check to see if I can get a sense of where the battle is taking place?
Wouldn't be perception check in this count. You can either give me an investigation or a nature check.
It'll suck. But we're gonna do investigation.
Investigation.
Oh, it's 14.
14. Based on the waters of this area, based off where they raided from, and attack 2, you're not given too many details. But you know a few facts that you can see from this. Wherever they are, it's snowing. Wherever they brought in the boat from the raid is very little amount of water, where most of the area is mostly ice. Looks like they had to maybe carve their way through with their boat through the ice to actually get there. As far as an open range to technically tell where this is, looks like it's a small Snowden community, few trees. You can't really get the full detail of where you are, but it looks like this area, based off of the structures of the houses in the village, if it doesn't snow all the time, at least snows at least half the time of the year. As time moves for the last couple seconds forward, you see the last one as he takes out the last person. As he immediately takes someone's head and immediately slams it in and immediately absorbs them so much that the hand itself almost strips her skin off, and he just see his eyes kind of roll over as he does it. As he steps up, as you see the long-gowned robe of Valeris walk up to him as he kneels in front of Valeris. And that's where it ends, as you get pulled back.
I don't know if you're able to tell me or not. Is Gaju still there with him, or is this okay?
The last 2 spots appear. It looks like based off the limited resources you have a choice of how you want to do this. You can either do a far distant view and register both at the same time. DCs will be higher to do both. Or you can take time to do one or the other. Either west or east. You can do both, but it'll be increased DCs for a lot of things due to the fact of how far you are away.
I'd like to chance both. What do you guys think?
I would also like to
agree.
chance both.
Yeah.
All right. So as you focus your energy to stay where you are, and to put in perspective, you're about 200 feet in the air. To you, these visions
Sorry,
look like...
I didn't realize I was on mute. Is it possible for us, like, part of us to go one way and part of us to go another, or does everybody want
can.
to stick together?
You can. It's not limited to who's with Fiona. You could separate.
Okay.
Do you guys
Yeah.
want to stick together?
We could separate. That's
I think
fine.
separating's a good idea. It's just who's going where.
So you just gotta
Get
figure
more
out how you want to do it.
I'm gonna go to the west.
The east?
The west.
So is that east or west? I don't know.
Exactly. No,
Yes. The answer is yes.
I'll go west.
West? Who's gonna go with Renora?
I'll
You
go
yet
with
do not know
Renora.
anything about these places. You don't know about terrain. You know nothing.
I'll go with my adventure bestie.
Okay. Is anybody else going with them, or are we just gonna separate it there?
So me and
I'll-
Mixus will go east.
Well, then
Well, we
who
got
will
Fiona, too.
Fiona go
Or
with?
Finra too.
I'll
Yeah.
probably
She's
go
gonna
east
punch you in
with
the eye.
Xander.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have Mixus, Fiona, and Xander going east, and Renora and Helga going
And the
west.
bestie's going west.
Bestie will go
Bestie's
west.
going westies.
So
Let's
as you're
go.
floating right off the center, you immediately just get pulled, as if just your
Besties
mindset
going
just
west.
pulls you. You don't even walk in a direction; you just immediately get pulled into the different spots,
Wow.
unable to see each other after a certain point. We're gonna separate this off based off what I see on the screen. So we're gonna start off with the east side, just because you guys are at the top of the screen to me. As you are able to move down as close as you can, you see this one get illuminated. Now at this point, your past selves did not see this, so the center portion is gone. You do not see past Xander, you do not see past Murph, you do not see past Fiona.
Did we see Finra stab herself to leave the?
It has not
The-
come to that
the
point
vi-
yet. That is the
Oh, okay.
end of the scenario, and that's when the timer
Oh,
runs
okay.
out.
Okay.
At this point, you guys are left with basically half the clock left.
Okay.
Right.
Not this.
Probably
As you see this giant hourglass
Past me
almost
getting
done.
knocked out. Probably past.
When she stabs herself is when the timer stops. You guys are seeing things at a slower point. As you guys are moving through, they are going at like half speed compared to you.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So, as you guys go to the east, this one is different. It's considerably different. You don't know who it's associated to. You do know that North was more associated to Xander, maybe even including Helga. Due to South was obviously more focused on Murph. This one takes you some time to figure it out. Set a scene for you. This one does not turn off as bloody right off the bat. You clearly are where you are now. You are in Ebris. But it's not present day. Doesn't seem like it. The town structure is different. You're currently looking at it as a whole. Looks like the Armada is different. Maybe a little more advanced. Not too significant, but just enough to show at least some years have passed. As you push in closer, you get pushed into the water. You go deep into the Abras Kingdom, the underwater fortress. Whatever has happened, some time has been passed, and the throne is retaken by Alaire Valerian. But she seems a little scarred. Time stops at this immediate moment. Because you're not supposed to see this, you look like parts of the vision are blanked out to you, almost like bird's eye views are kind of missed. Corners are kind of blacked out. You see that she is with the team. Putting perspective on it, the waste time giving details, she's back with T's revenge. All are unaccounted for. All 5.
Oh, all of. Ooh.
There are a few others that you do not recognize, but they look like the primary source. And they're currently discussing something. Looks like whatever this spot is isn't necessarily about a battle, but an upcoming battle. You cannot hear until you make checks. So, for the 3 of you, either individually do your own thing, or 2 of you together, or 3 of you together, however you want to do this, is how you want to investigate the scene.
Oh my.
I can try perception again and hope that I roll better.
Okay, is anybody going to assist with the perception, or are you two going to do something different?
Mixus, what do you want to do?
I was
got
thinking
something
maybe
on-
doing a survival check to see if they're like, if you know, if we can get a sense of like how many people have died and survived previous battles.
That wouldn't necessarily be a survival check in this case, because survival's kind of, it's weird based on the name, it's kind of like tracking. As far as trying to discern like a difference of death to life compared to what you know now, that will have to be a history check, taking into account of the information you have now compared to the information you see.
Okay.
Xander, what would you like to do? Would you like to assist either one of them or do your own thing? There's no right or wrong answer to this.
You could do an
The only thing I was thinking
investigation.
about, I was thinking about maybe doing something with like, is there a map on the table?
If you want to look for a map, you can give me an investigation check.
All
For
right.
something well, actually, no. If you want to look for something specific, Fiona is already doing a perception check. It would actually apply more to perception. So if you want to look
All
for
right,
a
I'll do
map,
that.
you can
I'll
assist
assist.
her. So
Yes.
Fiona, give me advantage. Mixus, give me history, regular.
Okay, we will try.
Perception. Let's hope it's better. 18.
18, and Mixus,
Better
what'd you
than
get
I
for your
had.
history?
I got a 13.
Okay, so we're going to start off with Mixus, with your history check taking into account the differences of what you've already seen in the Avarice compared to what you are seeing now. The armor is slightly different. As far as you can assume, maybe they are now prepared for war instead of defense. Avarice at this most time has been staying itself neutral, and they have chosen not to wear battle armor with the exception of maybe the honor guard. Everyone is wearing war prepped armor.
Oh.
The armor is a little bit different than what you saw of the soldiers that captured you on sea. The armor itself is all ordained mostly in paladin style.
Okay.
And they look like they're meant less for protection and more for aggression. You assume based off the way they're adorned is they're not there to protect the Valerian, but sent out to kill somebody.
But it's their Averant armor.
It's still the Averant armor. It still has her seal on
Okay.
it. So it's the Leviathan on it, and you can assume
Okay.
that everyone there, with the exception of a few, are Averant soldiers. But because we didn't get to the few yet. That's not part of your check.
Okay.
Perception check, you got an 18?
Mhm.
Okay. As you focus in, you try to listen in, you try to look in. Xander is trying to look for a map. You're trying to listen into the discussion. Because this is perception, these are these only 2 things that I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you anything else more than this. As far as the map that they have on the table is 3 in total, and they're spread out. One is the updated realm map. Doesn't have year on it. No cheating. This is showing a little bit different than compared to what you have now. Two things are what grab your attention. One, the near center, Sargaria, is just a black circle. Whether that means a void of life or something else entirely, you don't know. There are pieces on this map. They are set in a total of 2 colors. Not a mixture of what most maps have. They're usually 3 or 4. One is colors of orange and purple, and the other ones are just pure black. It looks like the orange and purple are secluded to the continent of Heartwind and the island of Aberys. Black has succumbed everything. Fiona, listen to the conversation. It goes as such. As Alaire Valerian is sitting on the throne, and the others are standing around, we hear a discussion. Alright, we have our teams. For this to work, we need to separate and we need to accomplish our tasks. The previous round against this and the ones before that have not been successful. We need to gain what we can in advance. As she points to a group that, because you did not make a check about, you do not see. They are blacked out to you. You all get advanced on Cacopial. Try to slow her down. You can't beat her on your own. We need to get an advantage. You don't hear anything in response, but you assume someone's responding. As far as us, we'll deal with Valeris. He's our problem. He's our failure. We'll deal with it ourselves. With that leaves us with 2 objectives. We need to find Yesid and disconnect her from him. And we need to find Armoros before this begins. Give us 2 months' time in advance to approach this, and you all move on Cacopial. Based on that time, we'll meet up with you, and hopefully we'll end this for good. As you hear some kind of response, but you don't hear it in full. As far as the plague threat, we'll have to deal with that later. This is primary. Ira isn't even the main problem for that. Soma is who I'm worried about. Do all have an accord? 2 months. We'll meet at the epicenter. Very well. As they all depart, and that's where the vision ends. You guys get pulled out. Xander? I can't hear you.
Muted. From what we saw, do we know what the state of Gladlin is? If he's considered a fate, or if V is considered a fate at that time?
Everyone is there.
Or that doesn't.
Everyone is
okay.
there. Based off what you can see,
Right.
Gladlin looks mortal.
And
How
V,
did
same with V.
Everyone looks mortal.
Everyone looks more
Everyone looks a little different,
different, but
much like how Norin is different than what he used to be. Everyone has their slight changes, but
Okay.
everyone looks mortal.
all right. That was my bonus question.
I'll tell you that because
Everybody's
it's part
here
of
and they all look like they could die.
Yes. Nixus, you
They
were trying to
all
say
look
something?
killable.
I was just gonna say, Murph does texting us saying that he could log in 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
If it's not too
He just
late.
doesn't know if it's a. He doesn't know if it's. And I was like, I don't know. This is like some like I don't know if
So,
it's.
Well, how much time does he say he needs?
10 minutes.
he has 10 minutes.
All right. Tell him we'll
In
take a
10
break in 5, and then tell him we'll take a break in 10, and then he can join during the break, so I can at least update him on what's going on.
Yeah.
And then he can come in,
Yeah.
and then we'll switch over to the other layout when we come back. That way, he doesn't immediately get
Okay.
thrown in and unsure what the fuck is going on. Because
Yeah.
Well,
obviously
that's
he's not
why
in.
I messaged him. I was like, I honestly don't know because we're doing like secret
So
stuff.
let him know
like,
10 minutes. Let us know beforehand that he's going to jump on. And when
Or he says, or now.
or now. Okay. So then let him know to join in. We're going to take a break right now. So everybody's watching. Hold on to your butts. We'll be right back in 10 minutes. See you in a bit.
And then when we come back, we'll do Helga. And...
All right, we're
Short
back.
time.
Murph is in here, but we're gonna go back into it. So after seeing the east side, we're gonna go over to the west side. As Renora and Helga, you get pulled at the same time that the others get pulled to the east. As you're able to push in as far as you can without interacting with fate and changing anything that has transpired, you immediately get thrown into an area that is much past a dramatic war. Blood spilled everywhere, thousands upon thousands of bodies that are either trying to get up from the strain of battle or left dead as corpses across this ginormous battlefield of dead land. With only a bright light in the sky that is far diminishing, time stops with you to be only give yourself a few moments to check things. So, with it only being you two, what do you want to look for? To paint a full picture, you see these bodies. The battlefield itself is roughly about 10 miles radius. From the bird's eye view you can see the whole battlefield, but obviously with only two of you, you cannot inspect all of it. You see the bright light in the sky that is raising up and heading into a certain direction, and only a few warriors that are still fighting off into smaller battles around the area.
Bright light in the sky, like at quick glance without a check, is definitely not the sun, right? Just
not the sun. Some kind of arcane force. It looks like some kind of arcane force catapulted itself from the ground. It is now airborne.
Got it. Okay.
I mean, it's a good question. Like,
well,
Jet,
well, knowing
Jet.
Redora's dumbass, she'd probably be like, "Oh, the sun," and then just like,
right?
definitely not.
Why is the sun getting closer?
Why is it getting so close? It's
No
so
wonder
high,
why
I don't
everyone's
understand.
dead. The sun hit the
Oh,
earth.
weird.
Right?
I would like to do a perception check on the people still fighting to suss out, like, if I can recognize the armor or any of the faces, maybe, if anybody looks familiar, or if I know what the armor is for either side.
In here, I'll let you pick because perception will work for you in some cases. So I'll kind of explain in case anybody doesn't know the difference between perception and investigation. Investigation allows you to do broad strokes. You can see a lot with a little, but you can't see detailed things. Perception is focused on a detailed thing. So in the difference of this, investigation, you can look at a bunch of soldiers, but I'm not going to give you the details about them. I'm not going to give you emblems, but I'll at least show you most of the soldiers. Perception would say, I'm not going to give you the details of who the soldiers are, but I'll tell you about their emblems, their armor, etc., etc.
That's what I want, is the emblems armor.
Got it.
I
Okay.
said it weird. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page. Helga, are you going to assist with that, or are you going to do something else?
Well, so Renora, are you doing investigation or perception?
Perception.
I'm going to do perception because I have a +9 in perception and I have a 0 in investigation. So.
Okay.
Good girl.
Well then.
You sure? You don't want to do investigation?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well then, I will do investigation. We will try and tag team.
Perfect. Oh, so
That
I'll be
sounds
looking for the armor, and you look to see if you recognize anybody.
I'll say because you're kind of doing the same thing, but you're kind of like getting two views of it. I'll decrease the DC of this because you're kind of assisting each other, but not. So both of you roll your individual rolls. I'll just have a lower amount for you to be able to see what you need to see.
23.
Womp womp.
20?
Yeah,
Ooh,
no.
Nice. 23.
13.
13. Okay. I will first tell you what you both see, limited to what Helga's check is, and then we'll go further into the perception. So what you both are able to register with both putting the investigation check and the perception check together. For what most bodies are on the ground, as far as broad strokes, looks everywhere from Nelitharian to the orange and browns of the Heartwind Guild to what looks like the blues and purples of the Aberrus Empire. You see that most of them are downed by what looks like black and silver clad armor. At this point, you would know that as the Aberrant Empire. focusing in on the survivors, is that what you wanted? The limit to the check that I'll give you before we get to Renora's larger check is you're seeing that the remainder fighters are actually mostly a specific couple groups and about a good, like, maybe 20-30 people left versus about a good 1,000 average soldiers, but they are quality over quantity, like level 20s versus a buttload of level 5s. That is where Helga's investigation
Commanders
check
over
ends.
peons, right?
Yep, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Renora, where your check exceeds, you're able to focus in further. Now, I know some people are going to smirk because this has been said before in another campaign. You see a few people that stand out to you, but you don't know who they are. But they definitely look like they are kind of dominating the battlefield at this point with what you're aiming at. They stand out due to being quite unique as far as their racial style. You see many tieflings. What looks like an Azimar based off of wings. And what looks like most likely a human paladin. As this is going on, it looks like they're getting surrounded, with only seconds left of them about to be brought down. You don't see any specific emblem or symbol that necessarily defines them, but based off the way they're fighting, it looks like they are some kind of version of a team. They look worn, they look beat, and they look like the only thing that's keeping them alive is each other. They don't look like they're represented by any specific kingdom, any kind of colors. If anything, they are the only ones that do not match to the rest, therefore grabbing your attention. Mere seconds into your noticing this, you immediately notice the whole area gets bright. And this is when the light of catapult shoots into the sky. As immediately the moments of what you can assume is them having their final seconds, this light immediately engulfs the area. And immediately you see something get shot into the sky. As this item gets shot in the sky, you see it less as a arcane light being shot up, but more or less a person flying up in the sky in extreme speed. Celestial in nature, 4 wings, unknown to you. The wings themselves look translucent. Maybe summoned. At this point, when this person's in the air, the battle stops. But for some reason, the person's pissed, and instead of saving, they go hurry to another location as they immediately go somewhere else. That's when your vision stops. At this point, you get all pulled as you hear the last piece in the actual hourglass drop. As it does, the glass shatters as you immediately get pulled into the glass itself, into these pieces of reflective surface, all of you. As immediately you're flying in circles and flipping over like glass falling upside down in the air. Gravity losing all sense of what it's supposed to do. Until eventually you just land back on the ground of where you were summoned by the 3 echoes of Calabec. By 10 echoes of Calabec. As you're landed back on the ground, giving yourself a second to breathe in air that is much different than what you were just breathing in before.
Nixus automatically throws up.
Ew, not on my shoes.
As he moves up and he immediately pulls in wind and immediately re-summons his echoes to himself as they start turning to him, and he just starts pulling these, well, then eventually becomes shadows into himself. I've seen enough. As he just clenches his fist and ends the spell. I have mere minutes before I must end this charade until the Erebus people know that there is something different. Pause in time only lasts for so long. I've seen what you've all seen. I need to know. This is a possible future. With fate being manipulated, and as you know, flawed, fate is not in anyone's hands other than theirs. I know much of what all your turmoils are, being pulled into many directions, being told many different things. You must do what is yours. I know nothing of what has transpired since the past 3 days. But tell me now, what is this man to you? Is he worth enough to save?
He's worth everything to save. He's part of our team, part of our pack. We won't go without him.
He's my brother. Of course he's worth saving.
Bit,
You're
but
from
still
another
with us.
mother.
As he walks up to you, Helga. Then I give you a gift. As he just puts his hand on your head, just enough to like touch your mohawk. He just drops an item and expects you to catch it. As you immediately, it's just like a teardrop that immediately turns into an item in your hand.
Ooh.
As you find what looks like not a flute as an instrument, but the size of one in the dimensions. As maybe you grab it and immediately expands into a full quarterstaff.
Ooh. 2 axes, 2 rifles, and now
He looks at you.
Who does this remind me of?
This item I do not give to you lightly. And you can only use once. Much like how you mortals use scrolls to cast spells, this falls on the same parameters. I do not know how you prepare to use it, but use it wisely, for once you cast the ability of this quarterstaff, it will as quickly leave your hands forever.
What is...
His fate's in your hands, and therefore the ability of this blade. Use it wisely. I know he is not far, and I'm sure he's planning to return. But I cannot see him. Only sense. This weapon is much a weapon of war as it is a weapon of salvation, and therefore it can do both. One chance to choose what it will do.
Well, we'll bring him back to you, and she's gonna like just do like a small bow, like.
He just looks at all of you. Under normal circumstance, you all cannot understand me. I have given you the voice, and I'll continue to give it to you. As you start to notice that the snow starts to water itself down again, as you assume a spell is starting to end. You start to hear chattering of village people, but do not see them yet. It appears my time is done. I'll leave you with only one piece of information. For if you do not hear it from me, you will hear it from no one else. Yasid and my 3 other siblings. We are rares. I take it a personal pride to know that someone will eventually take out who has my sister in chains, whether it's you or somebody else. This is why we do not give our power to many, but only to few. One week you have, and then the staff gets pulled back to me. I know about the blade. Follow through. It might be your only hope. As he immediately just starts pulling himself in and eventually turning less in the ice and more in the water, as he just starts turning into like a smog of heat to water into the wind. As you're all just standing outside in a damp street. Snow's not melted, it's just gone. And everybody's back outside talking as if nothing happened. Take into account that not all of you know the same information. Renora and Helga, you know different information than Xander, Birna, and Mixus. But he saw through all of your eyes.
Sounds
therefore
like
took in
we
the
need a
information.
mini briefing. Debrief. Go,
Yes.
1, 2, 3, go!
Does the quarterstaff stay quarterstaff, or does it shrink down to flute?
So,
Like,
from what you
all
can
sides, like-
understand, is that it goes into its flute size, and then once you engage it without Kalibek there, because he was just showing it to you, that's when the ability activates.
Okay.
It is not a weapon just to be used to fight. Once you activate
Right.
it, that one hit will determine whether war or sanctuary happens. You do
Okay.
not know what those represent in this case. You don't know how it's supposed to be used, but it is a quarterstaff. That's a one use only, and then it disappears.
Like I said,
And if I don't use it
with
within a week, it's gone anyway, so...
Mhm.
like I said, you should use it to take Murph's new creepy hand off, so that maybe it won't,
I
won't
like that.
corrupt
That's
him
not
anymore.
a bad idea.
Now, again, you don't know
Well,
how
we
it
should
works.
probably
You
all-
don't know if that's what it does. If you want to investigate,
We don't
you're
know.
welcome, Ken.
Well, first off, we need to...
Debriefing!
I can't... Yeah, I was gonna say, I can't use this to help save him until we find him, but first we should probably
Debrief.
gather and get on the same page with everything we saw and make sure that we're all
Yeah.
going to the same goal.
Right.
What information did you guys see?
There's
I'll just recant what we saw to them.
Sure, I'm gonna do a thing.
Murph, there's music playing from your mic, by the way.
Oh, sounds like a phone.
Yeah. Coming off of your...
Oh,
Ew, like, I don't think it is. I don't know.
Don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Perception.
Don't know what
my,
that was.
my mother-in-law is staying in this room, so her phone's over there, and I didn't realize. And I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, it's not my phone. My phone's not my phone.
I couldn't hear
Where's
it.
the music
so I-
coming
I can
from?
hear it.
Where
I can
is
hear
it?
I was like, what's that noise?
What is happening?
Okay, cue the epic music again.
Back to seriousness.
Seriousness.
And scene.
And
Death. No.
Xander,
Just
you
here
said
to
you
sprinkle
wanted
in
to
the
do
chaos,
something.
guys.
Yes.
Well, first we
So-
need to debrief. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I
Xander's
recanted
gonna
what we
do
saw.
something.
Yes.
Yes.
Xander, for the first time in quite a while, he witnessed his god get impaled. So he is going to yeet into another room, just void of enthusiasm and expression, and he just needs time alone to absorb and to pray and to just figure out what the fuck he just witnessed. So he is out of the room
Oh,
and find somewhere private that he can just
well,
get his shit together,
I'll figure
maybe
it out.
pray to his god, and just process.
I will say, because you guys did all 4 spots. You all individually did different things. I will let you all, as a group check, not Murph, sorry, but the rest of you, all will be intelligence checks. I want to see if putting in information together allows you to reveal anything that maybe putting information might.
So just regular intelligence?
Just regular intelligence.
Intelligence!
No
do you
shit.
still
We
want
got
me to
some
roll
stupid
DM or
people
not?
here. Woo!
Uh-oh.
Stupid!
I am.
I didn't roll twice.
I got a 20.
Wisdomly
Got it
challenge.
twice.
Do you have an advantage on intelligence checks?
No, I think I clicked on and
Accidentally hit it.
I clicked on it, and then I was like, "Oh, roll over here."
Oh,
So we'll just go with my first roll of 5.
13.
5,
I
13,
got a 20.
20.
I'm smart.
I got 5, 13, 20. What are the other two?
I got a 3
Well,
because I
is
got a
Xander-
natural 1.
Is
Yeah, I
Xander
was gonna say,
rolling?
you want to count
'Cause-
me or not?
Yeah,
I'm counting you
Sandra.
two.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, and that was what kind of check? was that?
Intelligence.
It's just an
Intelligence?
intelligence.
Oh,
just
I'm so
regular,
smart.
straight intelligence.
Oh, straight intelligence.
Yes.
Oh,
Get
that's-
brainy with it.
Big brain.
Never mind.
What'd you get?
8.
8.
So, everybody. Yeah.
I heard we
I'm
were the
the
smartest group.
Oh yeah. Point down, sisters. Yeah, that's what
We all need to go to school, guys.
I'm the smartest.
Yeah, Fierna is our.
All right, someone out of you.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
Murph.
tell us.
Evens or odds? Evens or odds, Murph?
Evens.
Even Steven. So putting all your information together, you're kind of a little confused, but you're able to at least figure out a couple things. One, most of these take place around the same time. You assume during the 60th year, 5 years from now,
Ooh. Like yours.
based off of the specific things you might have seen without seeing them. Maybe 61st, somewhere around the 60th year. You assume each one is an effect that Valeris has over. One side is Valeris taking care of gods, and it's essentially showing what he can do to them. Another side is what Valeris will do to procure someone to his cause. Another one is how many people must come together to take him down. And the last one is what you assume is a war that's repercussion of him existing in this world. Leaving you with just one piece of information you didn't have before. He is immortal because he has an elder god chained to his soul. An elder god that does not die.
Which is Calabac's sister.
Sister.
Yesid?
Yesid.
Yesid.
Yesod. S-O-D. Yesid.
Yesid.
One of the
So we
main
need to
gods from
break
campaign
the
1.
chains.
Yep.
Break the chains of.
Where,
You
as
know-
far as DM the players, for those of you who are part of campaign 1, Yesid was a partner
Mhm.
to him then, but now she is a servant to him.
Yep.
Oh.
I was like, I know that name.
I
Yeah.
recognize the
I don't
name.
like that name.
Right. I'm like, I know it.
Yeah.
Going through the depths of my brain.
The Rolodex. The Rolodex.
Mm-hmm.
In campaign 1, he exceeded her power,
Mm-hmm.
and she became basically useless to him, and he sacrificed her. Now he's using her as a way to keep himself alive.
Symbiote.
It's all starting to come back.
It's all coming back to me now.
Wow. Perfect.
Who knew Mixus was kind of a bard, also?
Right?
Oh, we all did.
Hey,
What are you
there,
talking
hey,
about?
In context, for T's Revenge, why I mentioned to you guys that will eventually come together, it will be for the final battle to officially take out, if you guys can, Valeris.
Yes.
Dun
Again?
dun 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 dun. That's gonna be a lot of.
That's gonna be a lot of people's voices in your head. In your mic.
Just 5. Well, 4 because Gladlin won't be here because Jordan might not be able to.
Well, no, I'm just saying if we like all the people's. If it
Oh no, that will just
I
be
can
that'll
get
just be for
everybody.
T's revenge. That won't be like 20 people in my head.
Oh.
That'll be for Cacopial. I'm planning for Cacopial to be
Dun,
everyone
dun,
involved. Yeah, that
dun.
one's gonna be
Right.
that one's gonna be
Everybody,
annoying my
that's
head.
gonna have a lot
Everybody
of
in
people's.
the
Everybody in the hood.
Everybody in the
Everybody in the club.
Everybody in the hood.
Get
But-
to one knees.
At this point, after discussing some time,
Yeah.
some of you separating and maybe taking in some information,
Mhm.
the day does still move on, whether or not you guys like it or not. And this time, doors open, as immediately you see the sea elf immediately walk in, that you know as Talmond immediately walk in. See, dries off his hair. All right, so I got some good news and some bad news. Oh fuck, it's really coming out down there. Whew. Well, good news is she was able to get permission from all of you to at least appear. Bad news is, well, you need to appear. You're at least free to move around, but to be able to get into to do the trials, that's pulling a little more strings than we're having. So I offered my services to speak on your behalf, but they want to see you face to face. I don't think they want you to necessarily speak, but they want to put a face to who is going to be taking over the role of the Cloister Trials. Be honest, I don't necessarily blame them. This trials has always been left to sons and daughters who have been raised to know only training to take up this cloister all their lives, and you just come in. Don't get me wrong, I'm on your side, but to them you're just coming in and you're doing it yourself. So I understand on their side, but I'll do what I can to get you guys in.
We appreciate your help.
When did they want to see us?
Hold
Like,
up.
Now? Like,
Wait, we're missing some people. There's 2 of you missing. Where's your Genasi and your giant?
the blue one's praying, and the giant's missing.
Missing?
We'll find him.
It's
We
fine.
will find
We'll
him.
find him. Don't
Well,
worry.
the question
We'll find him.
is, alright, so are we gonna find them before the trials?
Well,
Boy, we hope so, right?
yeah, that was
Boy,
kind
gosh
of.
darn, I hope so.
That was. that
Golly
was-
gee, I think that was the plan.
Well, I'll try to make up something on the way there. But to answer your question, yes. I was able to leave and do a quick intermission and then get the permission to come back and retrieve you all.
Now?
So we have to go now?
Post
Right now.
haste, yeah.
Oh,
Taste.
I don't get to say
Okay.
goodbye to my snake and frog friend.
I think your snake and frog friend will get over it. Makes
Can
sense.
you just give me 10 minutes?
Yeah, you guys do what you need to do. He kind of like looks at like the only timepiece he's got in the area. All right. If we can run our way there, I can give you guys 30.
We can do that.
I'll go speak with Serene, and do what you need to do. Get everything ready. If we leave in 30, run away there. Plan to bring everything with you so we can make our way straight over to the trial, assuming that they let you. Weapons, everything, bring it with you.
Okay.
All right, I'll be outside.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group. We have to find Murph. We can't let what we saw happen. And
Okay,
he should not
percent.
be walking around talking to people right now.
You
Just,
pray.
True.
just a question. Don't tell me where you are, Murph. But if you had an idea, are you still on the island?
Yeah.
You're still there. Okay.
Oh, thank you for that courtesy.
I'm just trying to make sure if this is possible or not. Okay.
We're all like frantically running around, like, oh my god.
Little do
It's
we
like,
know.
half hour later, did you find him? No.
Nope, I'm on a boat offshore, got
Goodbye.
some drinks, hanging
When you
out.
Playing the best game of
Beach.
hide and go seek. I'm not even in the same town as y'all.
When you spray paint
More like,
numbers
go
on a
fuck
sheep and
yourselves.
purposely skip one so they're all looking for the one that doesn't exist,
Yeah,
yeah.
put a bounty on
Yeah.
for him. Yeah, sure.
I'm in a witness protection program. I've changed my name, shaved my
Again.
beard, got a toupee.
Ooh.
Still got a crazy ass arm. Can't really hide that.
I talk like a proper British person, I do. I don't know this mouth that you speak of.
That's not proper. That's more country side.
All right,
Yeah,
so
But
you guys are gonna
yes,
try to
Fiona,
find Murph.
we
Is that the
need-
idea?
Yeah, Renora is gonna go back towards Murph room, and I would like to do a survival check to like try to track like where he went. Like
Okay, you can take the information that's already been given to you, and you can make a spell check to try to add on any information that you could find.
just to like
Oh,
see where he
While they're,
went.
while they're
15?
doing that,
15?
I'm gonna go find my frog friend and my snake friend.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
15. You can't really find too much more than what Helga's already able to find the scent. You assume that whatever he did was very split second, based off the way the room's arranged. He grabbed things and just decided to, whether or not it was calm or not, it was not pre-planned.
Okay.
But as far as getting information of where he went, you got nothing.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I would, say we all pick a direction and go, but like we have no way to communicate to each other. Or...
Before we go anywhere, I'm gonna head inside by Xander. And I'm assuming you're kind of just sitting there
Yep.
staring off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just trying to decompress a bit, get my shit together.
I'm gonna rap on the door, see if I get a reaction.
Go on. Busy.
Fuck you won't.
What?
You
Oh,
interrupted my kung fu.
yeah, you can come in.
I'm gonna come in and I'm just gonna kind of sit next to him and not really look at him and just sit next to him and just say, I can't imagine what the emotions you're going through right now after what you've seen. I can't even wrap my head around it. But we've got to try and put that to the side. We've got to find Murph. We can't let that happen. And we have a half an hour before we're called.
Half an hour. A half an
Half-
hour after we
Half an
witnessed
hour.
all that. I hope he's worth it. I really hope he's worth it. All the chaos and crap and this weird elf wizard that we've seen just causing havoc, and then this.
Half elf wizard.
Whatever. This bullshit wizard guy.
Bullshit guy.
Bullshit guy that
Bullshit.
thinks he's all cool and trying to take over the
Bullshit
world.
guy with his bullshit
fuck
magic.
Fate. Oh, fuck fate. Fine. We'll go save his
Stupid
sorry
half
ass.
elf. Why can't you just pick one? Why is he not an elf? Why is he not here? Just pick one. Like it's.
Half elf thing.
Hey,
Fuck
Renora.
fate. We'll we'll find
I
it.
have an idea. Didn't work last time.
Oh, that's okay.
It'll
Good
work
start.
this
Good
time.
start.
Yeah, oh, sound like it.
If it ain't broke, let's not
But it
try to
might-
fix it.
I don't know what caused it to not work last time, but it might work this time. And she's gonna pull out the warping dagger and try and see if she can warp herself to, assuming Murph has the
Dagger.
Iompar on him.
The fucking-
Yes.
She wants to try and see, because last time it didn't work and we never really figured out why. So she's like, for all I know, I'm not going anywhere. But I guess if I do,
Right?
But if I do.
Try it. Yeah.
Okay, doesn't work.
You know what? She just throws her dagger
You
into
know
the
what?
ground. You know what?
This thing's a piece of shit.
Daggers are
be able
stupid.
to see them. I think you have to be able to see them
You have to see.
warp
Yeah,
to
you
where
have to
they
see.
are.
Yep. I was wondering if someone was going to
says
figure that
is
out.
you can warp to another dagger as long as you're holding one. Says nothing about seeing them.
Maybe find that out now.
Wait, can I answer this for you, D-Man?
Sure.
I have altered the deal. Pray I do not alter it further.
While they're doing
That's
that,
not what I was
can
thinking,
find-
but I accept it. Yes, pretty much.
Can I find the snake? Can I find the snake?
Yeah, you can find Snake. He's in the
Nora,
same spot he
take
was
this
before. You would like
dagger.
move a couple rocks. You can find that there's like still. It's okay. What the fuck happened?
God, he was coming to see us. Here, and I hand him a whole. I found him a whole bunch of spiders. I say,
Just
I'm
cash.
sorry, but I have to leave you here because I have to go on a mission now.
Wait,
And they're going.
can I come with?
I mean, if you want to, you can come with.
Bring the danger noodle.
Danger.
Oh,
no.
I want-
Bring the
Fingers of
danger
macaroni.
noodle. Just
I want to come with. Like, I mean,
Okay.
like, not to feel weird, but like,
you're my first
you're safe, and it's scary out here. I don't like it out here.
Okay. Well, you know the one creature you said that was a kind of a jerk. I have to go say goodbye to him too.
Wait, what?
So is that okay?
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I have to go say goodbye to the frog.
Friendship
That was-
terminated.
That was the one who you thought was a
Like
kind of a
if
jerk.
he had arms and shoulders, he'd be like, "Excuse me."
I'm not good enough for you, eh?
I met you both
Sorry, you
on the
said
same
what?
day, within the same hour.
Give me
And I have to
persuasion
say-
check. Give me persuasion
I'd like
check.
to imagine
This
that
is
somehow
basically your
makes us-
friendship check. Let's.
Persuasion, you said?
Yeah.
I would like to imagine that somehow Mixus winds up with
Nope.
Snake in one
What'd
pocket,
you get?
Frog in another, because they
That's a
both want to
10.
go with.
10 is what you needed. It was double digits is what you needed.
Okay.
It's just like, all right, but you're not gonna put him in your pocket, are you?
Well, I don't know if he wants to come with, but I think you guys can
No,
make
no,
friends.
I'm in your pocket. I'll stay in the pocket. He can
wanna
hop
be in the-
around like a stupid
you wanna be-
motherfucker. Like
do you-
I will be in the
I'll
pocket.
stay here and he can
You
go
wanna
fuck
be-
off.
Do you want to be in the couch or the pocket? Which one?
Oh, I got
Couch or
options.
the pocket? Yes.
Can I see how warm the pouch is first?
Sure. I opened the
Take it for a test.
He's like, he like moves around. Pouch, please.
Okay. Here, let me stuff the spiders in there for a snack for later.
Woo!
Okay.
Immediately just kind of hops right in and starts going in for it.
By the way, Murph, this is
Like
a
that.
venomous snake.
That Helga
so-
willingly got bitten by.
Mixus, give me Mixus. All right, this is going to determine something. Give me an animal handling check, please.
Okay.
Maybe you should ask your snake if they saw where Murph went.
Oh, that's true. I could.
Oh, that would be
Natural
Aw.
fucking 20.
Natural 20 for a
Nat
22.
20.
Friends
You got
forever.
yourself a venomous
Oh.
snake companion.
I have a snake and a venomous snake.
Beautiful.
See if you found out where Murph went.
I will
Where
make
is
you.
the
I will
frog?
make you a character sheet for him before next session.
But
They definitely know.
before we go, I have to go find the frog. I told him I would find him again.
As he's like numbs on the spider's like, all right, well I'm just gonna eat in here. Just don't let him know I'm here.
Like, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
that's fine. I have to go to the pond because I told him I would meet him at the pond, and I found some dragonflies for him and some other bugs. So yeah, I gotta go find him.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the pond and be like, Hopper, Hopper, are you there, Hopper?
What a fucking stupid name. And starts eating them. And just immediately says like, thought you weren't gonna come back.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but the problem is, well, we have a situation, so you know how I was telling you that the one guy told me I could come down to see you, and because of the fact that we're staying here and we're guests in this realm and we're in this area and we're actually not
Dark
from
notes,
here.
Mixus. We're on a time limit, remember?
So, I actually have to go because I have to go on a mission, so I brought you some flies and some dragonflies for food. I found them, and yeah.
As an excuse, it's decent. I'll accept.
Okay.
I accept your turn.
So there is one thing. Do you want to come with, or do you want to stay?
Go where?
Do you want to come with me on a mission?
What's
Go
the
save
mission?
the world. Go save the world.
No, that's a little too big for me. I'm good right here.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Not a battle toad.
Okay, that's fine. So here you go. It's been really fun to hang out, and I'm sorry that I have to leave, and hopefully when I come back, you'll be here. Okay?
All right, keep it real. And then starts
Okay,
throwing
bye.
down the flies.
Keep it
And then I
real,
go back in there.
Keep it real.
Bye, Hopper.
Fierna, you said did you recant the dream that you or Xander did you of you recant the dream to the rest that you three had to the rest of us?
Prior to?
Or do the rest of us know the details of that dream, i.e. that Murph went south in the dream?
Talked to Xander about it. I talked to, I think, Helga about it.
Okay.
Mixus was I think Mixus was at the table.
Oh, was that the
This
table?
was legit like half an hour ago, and I can't remember.
I feel you.
Was that
That's
A lot of
why I
shit has
asked.
transpired.
A lot of stuff is happening.
So one way or another, and you would have been.
Menora's
You
not
would've been
about the
filled
time
in.
crunch, and since Murph went south in the dream, Menora is going to assume that Murph is heading south in real life, so she's going to start going south to try to find Murph.
That's not a bad assumption.
No, that is...
Fierna's actually quite impressed, and it's just kind of following you. Like, wow.
Do I see them starting to walk of south?
I assume so,
Well,
We
yeah.
gotta get everyone together, probably.
Okay,
but-
so
I
I'll
assume
go.
that's probably
Wait.
why you're so rushed with the hopper, because you're
Yeah.
like, oh shit, they're leaving, I gotta go. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
and so I start running towards you guys. Okay, guys, hi here. By the way, I have a snake.
We're fucking.
oh cool.
And he's coming with us.
Awesome.
His name is Danger Noodle.
He like
Wow.
pops his head
it
out
gets
and
better.
uses part of his tail to like kind of like wave at you, and then he like digs back in and eats.
Helga
spider.
just waves
Hi.
because it's like we've already been acquainted.
Yeah.
We've met. I'm a big fan of your work, especially when we met Helga.
Inspired.
Danger Noodle. Renora likes your work. She's a big fan of your work. Just so you know.
Just kind of does like the head nod. It just kind of just goes back and eats your food.
Yeah, if he had hair, he'd
Like,
flip
I
it.
know it.
Okay, any deep. Okay, so where are we going? We're going where? Are we
I don't know. I think so.
Well, if you meet up, well, you have to meet up with Tallman, was waiting for you outside, and he's like, "All right,
Yeah.
you all set?"
Okay.
We're finding Murph to the south.
Oh,
where we're
you,
gonna
you
start.
got to go find your friend. All right, well,
Yes.
I'll wait here.
We'll be back in
Great.
a half an hour.
Okay.
All right, so
Yeah.
everybody, give me an investigation check to see if you can try to track down Murph.
I'm gonna
Is
just start-
Boulder with us or no? Is he still staying back?
He's still stayed back.
Okay.
Investigation, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Why did I not choose luck for this
I will-
character?
I will give Renora guidance because Renora seems like she has a sense of direction. Say, lead the way, and I'll give you a guidance.
I know
D4.
nothing. I know nothing.
Could I possibly do?
Probably not.
Okay. Well, can I at least ask?
That's gonna be a no, dog.
Oh, you got
It's gonna be a no dog.
No, let her say what she's gonna do. That's rude. Let her say
Go
it.
ahead.
Yeah, say your dumb idea so he can say no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can I do perception to try and focus on Murph's smell to try and find him?
What is with Murph's smell that intoxicates you so much?
Because I get it. I get it.
That's
Hey,
Jay Murph.
You already know that answer, Joe. You've smelled me. You already know that answer.
I
You
am
don't know.
a
Alright.
weird
I have not
creature.
smelled you,
It
so-
would
I am
make
a
sense for me to
pheromone.
try and track via.
You can apply your survival check on top of the group
Okay.
investigation.
Oh, so
Walking,
it's not perception.
walking.
Okay, well.
Survival
Womp womp.
survival is what you're going to be using for the sense of smell.
Oh, well. I was also asking because I get advantage on perceptions that involve hearing or smell, so that's why I was asking.
That involve hearing a smell, but not for tracking purposes. Tracking purposes still require you to do survival check, but hearing the smell is kind of like you get the advantage in the area. So like if you assume that he was within like maybe 60 feet, 200 feet away from you, maybe you could get advantage on, but we're taking into account that he's not in the area.
Oh. Well, I got an 18 on survival, so.
Then you get investigation from everybody else. What did we get?
Pumpkin.
18.
18.
Nice.
6.
Is that with your D4, Renora?
Oh, no.
That's why I did it. I epically failed.
I'm sorry.
So
19.
I gave that to you.
I'm like, that's
6.
great. I don't know what that means. And then I'm just like, do. Like, my bad.
Okay. So as you guys take what little time you have to try to find him, theoretically, Murph, if they have a good investigation check, are you within 20 minutes of where you left?
Well, player to DM, that would be for you to answer, because Murpha would have been stalking and kind of hunting her without engaging with her. The and forgive me, I have forgotten her name. The tiefling female that originally got the group the meeting, or helped Silic's father get us the
you're
meeting.
hunting
Celine?
Daphne.
You're hunting down.
Yes,
Oh.
I am
Okay.
hunting Daphne.
Oh.
Okay.
What a twist.
What a twist.
What a twist.
You do not find him.
Twist. Oh no.
And as it comes up to so much time, Tallman says, I'm sorry to say, either we gotta go now or we don't. Maybe you'll find your friend on the way, maybe you'll find your way on the way out, who knows, but we gotta at least get you guys over to the
We
courthouse.
gotta go.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah.
So,
But I'll follow him back to the courthouse. To
okay,
go
so
do
as you
that.
guys like run to head through this rain and make your way there, as you immediately head into this circular dome, very similar to where you guys a similar look to where you guys were originally put in a jail cell for several minutes. As you immediately walk in, and he immediately just shows his ID to the guards, send him by, immediately runs in. As you immediately hear in the distance, court is proceeding. Is Talman in the presence? Is Talman in? Is he immediately busts in? Alright, I'm here. Alright. Do you have them? I do. As he just like looks at you, he's like, say nothing. Just go sit down behind where I'm gonna be. Sit down, be quiet. Only say anything if if I call upon you. Just as you immediately start walking in, I need everyone to give me a perception check.
Perception.
What a switch dice. No.
DC 16.
I got a 16.
Nice.
Nope.
Nope.
18.
Okay, so
I'm good.
Nope.
So two of the ones who made it, as you're walking, you notice that it has a large roofed atrium, very domed, about 100 feet high, 3 floors that are balconies that wrap around. This place looks like it's a common, like they have lots of different lawyers and politicians here that are always stepping in for different things. This place is currently packed for whatever is going on right now, whether it's just for you or they're doing several different things going on. But for the few of you that are noticing, you look up, and in the far distance, up in the rafters, you see Murph just kind of creeping out. Just kind of staring down, and you're unknown what he's looking at, but he's looking at something. As you eventually walk up in the direction, and you're immediately told to sit down right behind the row of where Tallman's walking to, as he's standing right over by Daphne as she's waiting for you guys. She's like, alright, just sit down. Just trust, I'll let you know if I need you for anything.
Anybody? So nobody gonna mention it to him?
It's up to
I'm
you.
not-
Sorry, I was writing it down. Yeah, Renora can't not say something. So
What you doing up
she's
there?
gonna be like,
What up,
that's
Murph?
interesting, and then just be like, huh, like,
Love that
Point to him.
architecture.
right, like, wow,
Point to him.
these high arch beams, right? Like, pointing out to the rest of the group
Yeah.
that Murph is up there.
Fiona's
I
just staring daggers.
Daggers, yep.
For
I was
any of
about
you
to
that
think
failed your check of perception, give me a sleight of hand to make sure it's not too obvious that you're looking up there. Be like, what?
Oh. All right.
How
Oh, we're so good.
I have
at that.
I have a bag of 1,000 ball bearings. How far away is he? Could I try to throw some and see if I can like hit him?
I mean, he is probably about
locked up
80.
again?
He's probably about 80 feet up in the air in a rafter.
So probably not.
No.
And
I
also,
would
what
not.
comes
Okay, if
up
he was
must go
closer,
down.
you know I would be though.
I got 15 sleight of hand.
I got
Maybe not start the
5, so
corner
I'm
proceedings by throwing a bunch of ball bearings in the air to come down.
As you may like look up, as like some people like
Mister!
look at you, and they just assume because some of them have seen you like in the street, and they just assume that you're just an odd duck. That they're just like, oh, she's just by doing her thing.
That's just Meeksus.
Hello,
As-
yeah,
honestly.
That makes us.
As you see these 3 people immediately come up to the
Rafters.
front, as you see what looks like 2 lizard folk and 1 Triton, the same Triton that originally captured you, the prince. As they walk up, 2 lizard folk, 1 a female, that has like these long scales that almost come out like dreads on her hair that she kind of has it tied up. Very lizardy skin with a gold kind of scaly color with a little bit of a green like stripe down the belly, and then wearing like mostly a fitted outfit but is kind of open down the center to allow the green to kind of stand out. And then you see a male lizard folk that is a little bit smaller, but has like the scales of kind of like a built-in mohawk, and is wearing a little bit more armor for his noble's outfit, maybe like a natural cleric. As the prince no longer wearing his actual armor, he's actually wearing like a noble's uniform, kind of like a long draped coat with a suit underneath. All right, court is in session. All right, Tallman, you have them here. We allowed them to be pardoned. We understand that wrong place, wrong time. But I understand that you want them entry into the catacombs. As you immediately just hear like a bunch of people like either say boo or just very dramatic like ooh, like kind of like getting into like the drama of the fact like, oh, this is gonna get saucy, kind of like that.
The tea.
Yeah. It's like silence, silence.
That tea.
Tallman, what reason do you think you can have them enter into our noble lands? You know me. All of you know me. You all know my reputation. Yes, I am far past retired. But you know I have defended this council, our last queen, and her father before. I have given up my family, and I've lost my son for this kingdom. You know that everything that I've always said and done has been truth. And I tell you right now that what I see for these, they might be small, insignificant right now, but they play a part in Everest's future. Something that benefits us for later on. And I believe that if we deny them this simple request, that we might be leaving ourselves a snowball effect later on that could create a much greater problem in the future. As you hear a bunch of people just like, you know, just like rumbling back in the background, like saying some things. Enough! Enough!
Perfect. Sorry, while there's the rumblings, Renora's gonna yell, "Preach!"
Yeah!
Can I get a hallelujah?
Honestly.
Can I get an amen?
As the female lizard folk,
What's his sister act?
Hell, I fucking love that movie, man.
Tallman,
And
you
Geneva.
have your gifts, you have your traits, and you definitely have privilege that most other knights retired does not have. But you're exceeding what privilege you have by demanding that we have them enter into our noble cloister. Many live and die since birth to enter in there. We have rules. We have order. And the mere change of that could upset the Infernian. Give us proof that they can not only do what you say, but at least complete the task before them. I have no proof. I only know what I know. And I know that one of them will gain the power. One of them will succeed. And that blade will be useful to them in a way that we cannot foresee yet. The male immediately says, "You ask too much. We have relied on your visions much before. You and your ex-wife have passed down these traits to your children, and they have had false claims many times. You might have been right this many times, but this could be the one time you're wrong. We need assurance. We need to know that this is a for sure thing. That they will go in there unassisted. Neither you, granddaughter, or you, Daphne, will assist. They will go in there, they will accomplish the task, and then when they have the blade, they will not use it against us. He immediately looks back at you. Looks at all of you. And just expects you to do a head nod. If this is demanded of you, would you swear?
Scout's honor.
He looks back at them. We need more. As immediately the female walks up with a staff and a book in her hand. You swear to us, and we will hold you to that bargain. As she immediately slaps the book onto a table. Press your hand on the book and swear that this blade will be used for the intended purposes and not against avarice. If you lie in the future and eventually deceive, you'll be forever cursed by the bindings of the book.
I just looked to Fierna like,
Casual curse.
I don't really know if we can, like, I'm not saying anything out loud, but I'm giving her the look of like, can we really promise that? Like, we don't, no one knows what's gonna happen in the future. Like,
Yeah. Small brain Renora is already just doing
What she's
swear.
As you put your hand
Yeah,
on the
she's
book,
like, yeah, whatever
immediately
gets
see
this
these-
party going is what she's at.
you immediately see like these golden, like small tentacles wrap around your hand and immediately push your hand within the spell of the book as you immediately feel like this spectral binding in your hand. It's not a scar, you just feel like you've been enchanted with like a hex. It never is going to damage you unless you actually decide to use the blade against avarice. It's basically your curse that will happen if you decide to lie.
Clarification.
Mhm.
Clarification. Oh, okay. So this only binds us not to use the blade against avarice, right?
Correct.
Not if someone steals the blade or kills one of us for
Correct.
the
Based
blade.
off of this,
Or
it's
on our behalf,
this-
no.
This is specifically
Yeah, right.
saying that none of you can wield the blade against avarice itself or any of the people represented by avarice. So
Okay. So I'm just looking at the
if someone
fine
if
print.
for example, Mixus, if you are the person who gets the blade, if someone takes the blade from you, it will not work. The blade is bound to a single person until that person dies. So someone can't just steal it from you and use it.
Well, what
If
I'm
you
saying-
die and it goes to somebody else, your pact is now done. Now everybody is free from the actual curse.
So, cause what I'm thinking, contingency plan. I'm sorry, Murph, that I have to think of you shady right now, but he's up in the
Shade, son.
rafters. He's not doing the blinding. If we bind and he comes with us, and something happens that his crazy side decides to take over, and he gets the blade away from us, we aren't liable because he wasn't part of the
That's
binding,
bullshit.
right?
Yes, it's the loopholes. So yeah, as the Renora's
That's
like,
what
I
The rules lawyer's
would
coming out.
never use this blade against avarice.
Right?
I
right?
would not.
Right, hun? Right? Is that the loophole? Is that the
That
fine
is a
print?
loophole. Now remember, okay,
Okay.
so I'm gonna break this down.
Just making sure.
I'm just gonna break this down how Blade of Bahamut works. Like I mentioned before, the person who delivers the killing blow to the god itself
Yep.
gets the blade itself. Here's the two contradictions. One cannot wield two blades at the same time.
Right.
Therefore, Mixus Infernian, if for some reason you deal the final blow, this replaces the blade you have, and the other one will get the full power of the Chaos Blade.
Okay.
Won't
Should we
that
swap them
destroy
out,
their physical
essentially?
form?
It'll destroy me because I'm too
No.
little.
No,
Okay.
so by all intents and purposes, they have not. You guys are now at a level where you guys can handle the blade by itself.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
back then it wasn't. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was like,
You guys
we
are
didn't
now
even
you guys are now at the
explode.
proper level that you can actually hold the power of the blade. Because by all intents and purposes, until you actually totally understand the blade, you're not getting the full power out of it. So
In the
Makes
cloud
sense.
Yep.
In a cloud of flower petals, poof, makes this explode.
right. So if for some reason Fiona or Mixus does the final blow, they'll get the Infernian blade, and the other one will get the Chaos blade in full. And therefore the weapon will change. So for example,
Okay.
Mixus's version of the blade is a bow. It would essentially change into a
Yeah.
different bow. Fiona's is an axe, will change into a completely different axe with different abilities.
Just to make sure that, if we bind ourselves in this thing, that we are not liable for any unseen, possible things that could come about the fine print.
If you say this out,
Can we-
do you say this out loud?
I don't know. I look at Mama Fee and be like, meh, should I say that out loud? I was trying to think myself.
I'm kind of look down at her and I place my hand on the book. I will not harm the peaceful Aberrus kingdom as it is right now. As it should always be.
Okay. Does everybody else do it? Obviously, except for Murph. You don't have to give me a speech. You can just,
Yeah.
Oh no, I was very particular
Sure.
in
Yeah.
the way.
No,
I
if you
said
want
my
to
piece.
if you want to say it, you can. But I just say you don't have to if you don't have anything to say.
Because if I say it that way, if they ever turn hostile,
Then it's free game.
technically I'm not breaking any bindings because I swear not to harm the peaceful
This
Aberrus kingdom
current
as it
kingdom.
is
Sure.
now.
Sure.
Okay. I too will also put my hand on the book and just basically echo what she says. As long as
the average
the
kingdom,
kingdom stays peaceful.
Yeah. Sorry, there
Yep.
was a lag.
Yeah, I'll echo that statement as well.
As long as the average kingdom stays peaceful, I will not use this blade.
As you
Yeah,
can tell,
this
like the
is-
person who's given that is holding the book knows what you're doing, and they're fine with it.
Yeah,
Like that.
great. Love it.
Mixus probably has to do this because they can't reach the table fully.
It's just little
Uh,
finger.
Step stool.
You see the little
Couple
fingers?
step
You
on.
see a
like-
lot-
And to add it, I'll mirror what they said and also add, and I am not liable for any unseen things that happen in the future with the blade. If the blade is stolen or I am killed and the blade is taken. Yes.
Well, makes
That's
us
called
really are
Murphy's
smart.
Law.
Mhm.
Murph's law. Yes, the Murph's law.
It's
When
not
I-
Murphy's law, it's Murph's law.
When I went
Exactly.
up and I said this a lot louder than I should have, and I am still staring daggers at Murphda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So
Intently.
We
like,
acknowledge the elephant in the room.
Nobody sees
Open
except
the
for
rafters,
us.
to be more precise.
Right. The elephant in the
elephant
rafters.
rafters.
they take the book and they look back at the other two. All right. Very well. We will break our regular traditions to allow you to do this.
Ooh,
We have
here for
we
that.
have 3 conditions. As already stated, you cannot get assistance from anybody else. Your team, without the assistance of anybody part of Aberrus, must enter in without assistance. You have 2 days of time. If for some reason you do not finish up the job in 2 days, the spell will end and you'll be forever trapped within the catacombs.
Great.
Last but not least, we're not there to help you in any fashion. If for some reason we hear anything inside, if for any reason we can sense that you are dead, We will not help to save you. You're in there on your own. Therefore, you will get the blade on your own, if you can. We will give you what information we know of her. As you immediately see this, what looks like a male Triton, shaved head, has like a lot of tattoos on. Looks like maybe the person who was supposed to take the challenge next. But he's pretty young. Maybe it was going to be in the next few years or something like that. As he immediately just kneels in front, gives like some pieces of information. Passes it over to you. This is for you. Research it. On your way there. I'll go. Before we change our mind.
Okay.
As immediately Daphne and Tallman immediately get up and they look at you. All right, let's go. Go, 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 go. So they start trying to coax you out.
Do we give one final like glare at Murph?
Okay.
Has Murph moved
He's
at
gone.
all, or is he still
Gone.
just like in?
Gone?
He's gone.
Oh,
As soon as Daphne started walking, he's gone.
All right.
oh no.
I'm gonna whisper to Talman. Our other team member was here.
Where?
I'm gonna nod up to the rafters.
The fuck is he doing up there?
Your guess is as good as any of ours.
Well, is he coming with you, or what's going on?
Oh, man.
He's a little unhinged at the moment. As you've said before, he can't find his center.
Well, then should I make sure he's excluded from the trials?
If we can get him, we'll take him with.
Right. If we can get to him before he hurts somebody or does something stupid, then yes.
Does something stupid. Not,
Does something else stupid?
Yeah. Like kill somebody.
Yeah.
If he doesn't go
You
and
know,
kill
I
somebody.
think what you mean to say
like
is
Morda.
adds to his
He was
legend.
a great guy. What about the
Don't
murders? What
say
Moida?
the M word of murderers.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So-
His literal name is Mur.
Right. Well, we can't
With the
let them
Murph.
know that you're trying to procure him.
Yes.
We have to make a straight B route straight there. So,
Yeah.
whoever is the most proficient of you to go retrieve him without anybody noticing, I'd say go quick and get him.
Can we just all
Fine.
look at Renora?
Ugh.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me a stealth check to try to escape out of the group without the crowd noticing you.
Escape.
Can you give her guidance at all?
I have,
gonna say,
I have
Feel free to say
a ninja.
25.
25. All right. You're able to quick sneak out of the group and backtrack to where you assume Murph is.
You are the shadow.
Murph, depending on
He's
where you are, you
following.
do eventually see Renora heading back and hiding throughout the group.
I like to imagine that they're like, oh, what, somebody from the group, and then there's like a look towards me, and I'm like, ugh, and then it just like shadow. Like nothing.
Just
like what?
sits under the floor.
Murph, you can talk if you want to explain what you're doing right now, and if you see Renora coming to you, what you want to do.
The hot tea.
Boy snaps.
Okay, so he would still be in an elevated position, whether that's a rooftop or wherever, so he can continue kind of stalking
Daphne.
Daphne. I want to say Dahlia every time, but that's not right.
Oh.
Daphne.
No, I had to break
Daphne
myself
like
out
a
of that habit
flower.
too.
Why are you
Daphne.
stalking Daphne? What does she do to you?
So he would have like done that, but when he noticed Renora coming, he would have left an obvious. He would have started moving off and made an obvious trail for her to follow.
All right.
That
Smooth
would
Brain
have
Renora
led.
is like, go for it.
All right,
Sure.
Renora, you're able to
Yeah.
follow this obvious trail that he's leading specifically for you.
Is it a big train?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I gotta go grab him since he's playing these fucking games instead of.
Is it a
So,
fake trail?
yeah.
Is he just
Is he
We
just
don't know.
leading you on on the loose?
No idea.
Trail leads to the second floor of an abandoned building.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
You gonna go in?
What's your passive
Yeah,
perception?
no, I
Lenora?
said I was gonna follow it. I'm just waiting for.
What's your passive
Okay.
perception, Lenora? Just to make sure. In case
My
it's
passive
missed.
perception is 19.
Okay, just
No,
type
that's
it.
wisdom. Sorry. No, yeah, passive wisdom perception 19.
Okay, so
sorry.
just take into account, Murph, if you try to do anything, she is always on the. I don't know what you're planning to do, but just she does have passive
She
perception.
can
19.
hear you and see you. She like a hawk.
So, all right, so you follow
Well,
him all the way there. So, Murph, it is your show. What would you like to do?
So, when she walks in, Murph's not there, but what she would find is like not her teddy bear, but 3 teddy bears, like, just pulled apart and, like, just brutalized.
Cute.
And he
I don't
would've
give
tried
a
to use
fuck.
that to get away.
I do not give a shit. We are on a fucking time crunch. Let's fucking go.
Yep.
He's
No
not there.
nonsense.
Cool. Great. Survival check to
Lenora.
track where he's at, because I'm not playing these fucking games, Murph. I'm so
Okay.
tired.
Give me a survival check.
Is that Renora or Sarah?
That's Sarah.
Oh,
Makes
okay.
sense.
It's 10 p.m. It's
Yeah.
not, I got 9 on survival.
You are unable to necessarily find him, but Murph, where would you be?
I'd probably be on the roof
You'd be on the roof.
of that building.
Okay.
Just due to time, because we are getting upon 10 o'clock, we'll stop there. And we'll continue it off next week.
God damn it, Murph.
On the where is Murph? It's a Where's Waldo feature.
Right.
Except it's
Sorry, Sarah. I was like, oh yeah, it is late.
Sorry,
I just
I
jumped out.
have
I'm like,
had
I know.
only 15 minutes of downtime all day today, so I am so
yeah,
tired.
no worries, no
It's all
worries.
right.
I get it.
We're gonna-
no
we're
I
gonna-
didn't even realize what time it was until you said that, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit! That's why I'm so tired."
I'm like,
We're gonna end there for the night.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks everybody for checking out the stream.
Before we end, the one
Happy
last thing we
birthday,
have to do is
Amanda.
cheer. Happy birthday, Amanda!
Oh,
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
We won't
We
sing.
can't share
It's
it, dude.
okay.
Okay, get on.
Good night, internet.
Good night, interwebs.
Night, interwebs.